wacky material to make the balls with. Cork, wool, chalk, animal fur and even human hair. A few centuries on, Germany got dead into the tennis too, but wanted to make a few modifications to the ball to make it a bit more effective. Around this time, an American chemist had just created something called vulcanized rubber. Out of that, people started developing air-filled, kept on breaking on impacts with the racket. The call of new balls please seemingly coming over every other point. Step forward English lawyer and tennis enthusiast John Moyer Heathcote, who suggested balls be covered in flannel to stop them from degrading. And thus the modern-day tennis ball was born. But these were white or black, so how did they become yellow? Well, in 1967, the controller of BBC Two, one Sir David Attenborough, decided the corporation should show Wimbledon on colour TV. He got his wish and it was wide into people's homes across the country. The only sticking point, the white balls were nearly impossible to see on the screen. So the International Tennis Federation, sensing an opportunity, started developing a new ball that would be visible even without the need for 4K LED displays. Not that anyone had that in the late 60s. After rigorous testing, they came up with the colour Optic Yellow and decided every ball be coated in that colour from there on in. And there you have it. Tennis balls are yellow, all because Sir David Attenborough wanted to watch Wimbledon from the comfort of his own front room. You could say the ITF aced it.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online, all with a few clicks to make buying your next car easy. It's coming up to 5 minutes past 6 o'clock, and Gabby alongside me. Gabby, morning.
Good morning, Alan. How are you, my friend?
Spring in your step, Gab. Does that mean there could be a little trip away soon?
Yes, there could be a couple of weeks off, mate.
Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
I got told by management that I'm not using enough holiday this year. So I've got to use it, yeah.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Yeah. You don't believe it?
No.
Why?
You have more holidays than me.
You want to buy a holiday off me? 2 weeks.
Well, funny you should bring that up, Gab.
Oh.
You know, I'm a free transfer at the moment.
You're joking.
Contract finished, yeah.
I don't believe you.
Do you want to bet?
You're on a free?
On a free, yeah.
So you can go anywhere now you want?
Yeah, here I come.
Wow.
Yeah, Marbella FM.
Your LinkedIn must be booming.
Do you know, I don't know how to get into that. I must have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
That's not a good start, is it, when you're on a free?
Well, I forgot my password. My password. I'm like, how did I get into this?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Marbella Radio.
As usual, lastminute.com here. Yes, but anyway, there you go. Enough of that. Now, it's no surprise to anyone that this man will be returning to boxing.
legend in this game. I'm the best heavyweight it's ever been.
This fight is really for who is the number one of this generation.
This Alex Hoos guy, yeah, he needs the legendary Gypsy King.
Still the reigning heavyweight champion of the world, Usyk wins it again.
I'd like to announce my retirement from boxing.
He's retired right now. It will change.
We get Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury next.
There is no way in a quadrillion years this boy is going to leave the Anthony Joshua fight.
Usyk, because I want my revenge in England. That's all I want. I want a fair shout. If I don't get that, then it'll be Joshua.
So Tyson will be back with the head of boxing in Saudi posting on Twitter, the Gypsy King will be back. I talked with him and I have his word to have him in the Riyadh season in 2026. We have a rabbit to hunt. What about that?
I've got mixed views, to be honest, Al, because for me, I've enjoyed Tyson Fury. I've enjoyed his antics off out the boxing ring. I've enjoyed watching him box. Wasn't his best in the last 2 Usyk fights. But it's predictable now, what's happening in boxing. Nobody believed that he was retired. Even yesterday, there wasn't an uproar and excitement that Tyson Fury was coming out of retirement.
5 times, by all accounts.
Yeah, but this one out. Yeah, but this one out. No one's excited that Tyson Fury's coming out of retirement. Yes, do we want to see him fight? Of course we do. But there's not uproar that yes, Tyson Fury's back. The AJ fight, yes, we want to see it, but it won't be as exciting as it would have been 3-4 years ago. So for me, it's becoming a bit like WWE, to be honest.
Well, back in April this year, Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn was asked if putting on the AJ Fury fight would be easy. Have a listen to what he said.
Yeah, I do. I think, in the past, it's always been one's a champion, one's a challenger. Now, both guys are in a similar position. They're coming off a defeat. Fury 2 defeats, but, they are to Alexander Usyk. I think they're both still pretty much in their prime. And, as we saw last Saturday, sometimes you don't need the World Championship belt. Sometimes when you've got 2 champions trying to become undisputed, it's a little bit cagey. And Ben Eubank was just a great example of 2 guys that just went to war. And, that's exactly what you'd get with AJ against Fury.
Yeah, I still think, personally, I still think there'd be a lot of interest.
Oh, of course.
If it was Fury AJ.
Oh, 100%. Everyone's going to want to watch it, but not as much as maybe 3-4 years ago. But I think I'm speaking for a lot of fans. I do speak to fans, and I do see it on social media, Al, that a few people are a bit fed up of the act of retiring, and I'm retired, and that's it now. And then now it's I'm coming back. Everyone knew you were going to fight Anthony Joshua. Everyone knew it when you retired.
He just gets on with it, doesn't he, Usyk?
I just get on with it. Everything's in front of me, I'll fight. I don't blame Tyson Fury coming out of retirement. It could be one last big payday.
He's bored. He doesn't need the money. Exactly. He's just bored.
And we've seen, haven't we, that he needs to train. He needs to keep fit for his mental health as well. Why not? Anthony Joshua as well didn't want the rematch, did he, with Dubois? This fight makes sense. Both of them fight, make a big load of money, last big payday maybe, and both maybe retire afterwards.
What do you think of Eubank Jr against Benn, the rematch?
The only problem I've got with it is that reports after the fight were that Chris Eubank Jr was in a bad way. I think he had to be rushed to hospital to get treatment. So for his health, I'm not too sure about it, if it's the same clauses. But if I'm being selfish as a fan, yes, I want to see it. I thought the first fight was exciting, the way they left everything in that ring. And you know what I loved about it, Al? None of them were going to get knocked out. Because their fathers were there, they were nothing. You could have hit them with anything, they weren't going to get knocked out. So both of their pride created a great spectacle, and looking forward to the next one.
No, I'm with you. I love the fight. I thought he won it. I thought Eubank won it.
Not by a lot, though.
No, that's what I mean. That's why it'll be a cracking return. Yeah,
so I just worry about Chris Eubank Jr.'s health as well, though, Al, because the clauses that are in that contract, the rehydration clause, looked very difficult for him. He looked like he had nothing left, but still, Al, he wasn't going to let himself lose. He was winning that in front of his old man.
Yeah. Right, coming up, good guest. We've got Barry Cowan coming up, former British tennis player. I can't get away from this, Jack the Flipper. We've got Sarah Michelle Wire, A killer dolphin on the loose. You'd have caught that yesterday. It was so funny. Oh, dear. McCoy's is still laughing. Ralph Honigstein, German football expert. Tasha Dowie, former England striker. Matt Gitto, Wallabies legend. Later on, we've got Bumble coming up as well. David Bumble for half an hour. He called it into the first test. He says England, if they win the toss, should bowl, not bat. He called it right. Zach Brown, CEO of McLaren Racing, ahead of the British Grand Prix. And Alex Crook from his sunbed in Mallorca. Right, so you're going to have a 2-week break, very briefly, Gab?
Yes,
bit of sunshine?
Get away, get back before the end of July. Ready for the season to start. Looking forward to it, mate. Switch off, 2 weeks.
What are you excited about in the season so far? Transfers, is there still a lot more to come?
There's a lot more to come, especially with teams like Newcastle, teams like Aston Villa. Chelsea are looking very strong, looking like they want to maybe sell Madueke to Arsenal. Looking forward to maybe Arsenal getting Eze.
Yeah.
But what I'm looking forward to is Arsenal, if they can get Eze over the line, because that's a game changer, Al. Because he's a special player. I could just picture him in that team.
Again, no centre forward.
Yes, I know they need to get a centre forward, but if they get Eze in there, he's an upgrade on Martinelli and Trossard, so they'll be a lot stronger with Eze. And looking forward to see how Man City, come back.
What about the goals they concede, especially aerial threats?
Amateur, wasn't it?
Terrible.
And I'm sure Pep would be on them. Come on, guys. The way we're going to lose games is counter-attack, and still they concede them sort of goals. But I think Liverpool will be the ones to watch, and Arsenal and Manchester City chasing.
Okay. Coming up, 6:13 on talkSPORT. Shaban coming up with the back pages, and then we'll talk tennis and the killer dolphin.
He plays that villain role very well now. That's crying out for a little bit more attention. It comes with a lot of crazy people. I took it personally and it kind of made me rebel a bit more. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. I'm never going to change.
17 after 6. You know Tom Cruise's next mission?
What?
Is to get an invite to the talkSPORT Rage Hour drinks party on a Tuesday night.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Eh?
Yeah, I heard about it, Al, after it happened. What about you?
You weren't invited?
I was not invited, mate, to the Rage Hours figures being high drinks party. Not invited, mate.
Oh, who was there?
I think everyone, mate. I'm not sure. I think every staff member, apart from maybe the talent.
Do you know what? I never got an invite.
Shut up.
I'm telling you, you might go over London Bridge now and have a drink over
I
there.
think we should celebrate ourselves, mate, if we can't get invites, Al. Yeah. Very, very disappointing, mate, because it looked like they had a very good time.
I think we have to make a stance here, Gab. 9 o'clock, we're off.
I agree, mate. They're out in the sun, I think, on the balcony. They looked like they had a great time. I was seeing all the pictures on social media, and it was quite disappointing, mate, to not get that invite.
Ollie, get someone in from 9 to 10, please.
Fair. I'm with you, mate.
I think I'm joking.
I'm with you all the way.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
What can you say, mate? Where'd you go?
That was the theme tune for the iconic Mission Impossible movies, which were playing because the main man, Tom Cruise, by the way, I like Tom Cruise. I interviewed him once. Lovely guy.
Legend.
Turned 63 today, the 5'5". That's bang out of order.
What's height got to do with it?
And exactly. You know, this is a superstar, and you got to put he's the same height as Ed. 5'5", Hollywood star, famously performs his own stunts, including climbing the Burj Khalifa, hanging from a plane, and riding a motorcycle off a cliff. What about that? Would you be a bit of a stuntman, Gab?
No.
Scared of heights?
Scared of heights, mate.
Well, maybe that's why they never invite you, because that
it was
bar's up high, isn't it? Outside.
The balcony's on the 14th floor.
Maybe that's why you never get an invite. Thank you, Liam. Well done. A big happy birthday to wee Tom Cruise. That's bang out of order.
Is he taller than Sam Matterface, do you reckon?
No, they're about the same height.
Yes.
Let's take a look now at today's back page of Tesco Mobile for Business.
Backpage review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Are you a freelancer? Get business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big mobile networks. For terms and verification, visit tescomobile.com/business.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
So long, Mr. Lonely. I have nobody.
What do you do, Gab, right? It's your birthday. You're looking forward to a night, because it's going to be a beautiful night.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of dinner by the river.
100%.
And your partner is on a stag night. Again.
Don't tell me he's that guy.
Well,
You know, you get them guys that, like, friends that they've not seen in, like, 10 years. I'll come to your stag. He loves the stag, doesn't he?
this is so. I was on the hen last weekend.
That's why. He's
This
getting
is
his
the
own
stag
back.
equivalent of the. Is his brother's stag? I was on the hens at the weekend.
Where's it going?
Marbella.
Oh. I'm not going to say anything.
So quiet night tonight for my birthday, because man's up at 4 a.m. So.
The Ocean Club? He's going to the Ocean Club?
I think so.
Ooh.
No, La Sala. He's doing La Sala. No, maybe it is Ocean Club. Maybe it is Ocean
They're
Club.
next to each other.
Al, start of July, Marbella picks up.
Yeah.
More lively. Well.
Gabs, I have just been there. There's no Marbella left.
He's going to have a good time.
Mama's been on the town.
Would it be FaceTiming you all evening, though, because it's your birthday?
No.
No?
No. Of course not.
You'd be lying there
I
thinking,
really
wonder what you doing. I wonder if he's
Listen.
home yet.
Care
What's
about-
he up to? Who's he with?
No, I'm not. We're not like that. We have the trust.
We're not like that.
By the way, the Tuesday night Works Drinks
Aye.
was also my birthday party.
Was it really?
Yeah, that work put on. So I don't know how you two weren't invited.
We weren't invited.
Yeah, it was a great
Well,
night.
it's their own fault. 9 o'clock, I'm off. Right, what we got on the back pages?
I'm with him, mate.
I think
all
I'm
the way.
joking. I'm going at 9.
I'm a
had
team
enough of
player,
this.
Shaban. I'm with him.
Relax, Karen. You'll be okay. Back page of the Sun.
Well, put it this way, it's just cost them a few more quid on the contract. That's a better way of doing it.
Here, and Zhao is back page of the Sun today. Pedro on a mission to win trophies. This is Andrew Dillon. Zhao Pedro joined Chelsea to win silverware and could get his hands on the Club World Cup in 10 days' time. So the Brazilian is 23. It's a 60 million move from Brighton and is set for a debut in the quarter-finals against Palmeiras in the early hours of Saturday morning. I just wonder, do you think this is the kind of signing, João Pedro, to Chelsea that will improve the side, if any?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Chelsea, they're dark horses for next year, I think. Well, not dark horses because people see the improvement, but they could be easily You know, pushing. Put January, February pushing for top 1, top 2.
But when's it going to come to the stage where we say that they should be fighting for the title? I'm sorry, the money they're spending and the players they're getting in, you can't say next season top 4 is a great season. No, it's not. Chelsea need to look higher now. You know, Gittins, Pedro, the options are going to have Neto, Madueke's still there, Palmer, Delap, Jackson. The firepower they've got. João Pedro is a very, very good player. And a team like Chelsea, the service that he'll get, I think he'll score goals.
I mean, do you think they're in for the title challenge next season, or is it a season later?
No, next season. I think Liverpool are strong favourites, but I'd put Chelsea in there with Arsenal and City, definitely.
Totally agree, yeah.
Okay. Back page of the Times today, there's a lot of focus on Emma Raducanu celebrating her win at Wimbledon yesterday.
She was great, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Has that kind of energy about her, this happiness and confidence as well?
She looked fit watching the game. She looked fit, healthy, strong.
Steady, Alcaraz.
God's sake. She looked very, very good.
Por favor.
She was serving well, Shaban. She just looked like she was, her mind was right as well, watching her play.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looked fit and healthy.
Okay, yes. Lovely. Doing the peace sign to the cameras as well. Very pleased with her performance.
What about the other one, Katie Bolter?
She's out, yeah.
What happened there, Al?
Tough.
It's just folded. Well, it's not easy. It's not easy out there, is it? But you know, I expected a bit more, to be honest.
Do you think Emma Raducanu can get by the world number 1, Arina Sabalenka? She's a
can
machine.
do on grass. You can. There's no doubt about it. If it was clay or something, I'd say no. But on grass, I think you can.
Yeah. Well, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely incredible to see her get by that. We've seen a couple of upsets at Wimbledon already, so good luck to Emma Raducanu. Also, back page of the Mirror. This is one right up your Straza, Agbonlahor.
Yep.
David McDonald saying Manchester United are stepping up their interest in Aston Villa and England striker Ollie Watkins.
Ooh.
United had hoped to land Sporting Lisbon forward Victor Gyökeres, who played under Ruben Amorim, but they're convinced that Gyökeres has decided to join Arsenal ahead of them, so have now switched their attention to 29-year-old Ollie Watkins.
Well, I think Villa, just briefly before Gab, but I think Villa deserve what they're getting here. They should never have dropped Ollie Watkins for me.
Is there something happened there? Is he out of favour at Villa?
I think what happened with Watkins, he's been the main man for years. Then John Duran come in and he played the bigger games. Then Duran left, January transfer window. Rashford come in. Yeah. He started playing in the bigger games and Watkins was dropped. So Watkins will have some disappointment, but I still think he'll have love for the club and want to stay. And I feel like moving to Manchester United is a move backwards. So I don't get why he'd go there. I think if he wanted to leave, he'd go to a Champions League playing club, not Manchester United. You got no.
Would you be gutted as a Villa man through and through to see Ollie Watkins choose Man United over Aston Villa?
Oh, of course, because that would say to me that you're choosing a team for maybe financial reasons, not a better team at the moment. I mean, Manchester United are not going to finish higher than Aston Villa next season. Aston Villa are playing Europa League, still playing in Europe. Manchester United aren't. The chances that he gets at Aston Villa, he won't get at Manchester United. So I don't see that happening. I feel like that's just maybe a little rumour in there. If he's going to leave, I'm sure he'll go and play Champions League football.
What we're seeing from Ruben Amorim, though, is bringing in these players with Premier League experience.
Yes.
Do you think Ollie would be a good fit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
For any club?
Goal scorer, you know.
So do you not think it'd be brilliant for him to go to Man United? Because,
Are you okay?
Well, it would be great.
Why would it be great?
I just think he could maybe fit in there quite nicely. I mean, it's 60 million. It's not cheap.
Where's Jack
he's
going,
Premier League
Gab? Come
proven.
on, where's Jack going?
I'm not sure, mate.
Yeah, I can tell by that snap. He knows.
I've no idea, Alan.
Let's play
no
that.
Idea.
Let's play
I'll take
that
9
game.
o'clock.
What about Bayern? Would you not fancy Bayern?
I'm not sure. No idea.
He looked down. He looked down. He looked down.
I have no idea.
Jack to Bayern, you say?
never know, Al. He might end up staying and fighting for his place. You never know.
Right, let's play the yes/no game.
Okay. Let me take a quick call.
Oh, well, then.
Good
game.
Who wants to chat with Gabby?
Oh,
Andrew. No. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, Andy.
Morning, Alan. Morning.
Morning.
Gabby. Wow, I've just nearly choked on my coffee. You've just said that going to Manchester United is a step backwards from Aston Villa. What are you on?
Is it not from last season's results?
Have you been on nights? Have you been on night shift?
So where did Manchester United finish last season?
You're the first. It doesn't matter. That's a one-off. It's a team.
A one-off.
Ruben Amorim came in a third way into the season, didn't want the job till the end of the season, and he told everybody up front, there's going to be a storm, it's not going to be good, you're going to have to be patient. Everything he said would happen, probably a little bit worse, happened. He needs a summer, he needs to build it at Manchester United where they need to be, and I have total confidence that he will do that. But there will never be a day, Gabby, where Aston Villa is a step backwards from Manchester United. You must have been on nights last night. Were you on the sports bar? Have you been to bed?
Andrew, thank you. Well, there you go, Gab.
Let Andy have his moment. But
Andy.
If you look at last season where Manchester United finished, how bad they were, I think it's a step down going to leaving Aston Villa for Manchester United.
By the way, before you go, Dan the tennis player says, bring it on, Gab, paddle.
I heard him piping up yesterday.
He said, not piping up, he said he'll wipe the court with you.
It's a different game, mate.
Oh, away you go. If you can't beat Simon, you can't beat him.
Paddled. I'd been up 2 nights in a row at 4:30 in the morning. I was shattered, mate.
Have you heard about the paddle app?
No.
Apparently you can now, not joking, find people in your area to play paddle with on your lunch break. There's an app. Benny told me about it.
Oh yeah.
Good idea.
Across the world.
So are you on it?
Yeah, I'm on the app. So you can go to Spain tomorrow.
Swipe
and you
left
can
or right?
Yeah, right, always. You can go to Spain tomorrow, and there'll be players you can play with, randoms. Just go and play with. It's good, isn't it?
Right, Shaban, thank you. That was a look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business. Coming up, we turn our attention back to Wimbledon and find out if Emma proved yesterday she can beat anyone in this tournament. That's coming next.
Backpage review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Are you a freelancer? Get business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big mobile networks. For terms and verification, visit tescomobile.com/business.
Let's be honest, we've all found ourselves raging at a referee's decision at some stage. Something like this?
That is an absolutely shocking decision. They've got a case in that it was a bad decision. It's such a poor decision.
Yeah, I think he's just made a bad decision in that instance.
But what does it take to get to the very top level of football refereeing? You can apply to become a referee through your local county FA from as soon as your 14th birthday. After spending several hours either in the classroom or on the pitch, they'll grant you Level 7 status, which allows you to officiate amateur games. Then you'll work your way through the ranks of amateur football, not reaching the National League until Level 2. It's a long process, bearing in mind every level from 7 upwards takes an average of a year. Also, there's no specific number of games you have to ref or hours you have to log before moving on up. You simply just have to be good enough. Once you're Level 2 and have enough experience at a National League level, you can apply to the EFL to become a Level 1 referee. Then it's on you to get enough experience to climb through the ranks and eventually become a Premier League referee. In total, there are 37,000 registered referees across England, but the PGMOL has only deemed 21 good enough to officiate games in the top flight. So if you want to make it to the top, there's less than a 1 in 1,000 chance of doing it, and it'll take you a decade to get there.
6:34, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Gabby alongside me. The two black sheep here, Gabby, eh? Now, the Lions hammered the Queensland Reds 52-12 in the second warm-up game of the tour yesterday, live on talkSPORT. I must admit, with Steve-O yesterday, he said 30 start or 31 start. I thought, ooh, that might be a bit tricky, but no. Smashed them.
Yes, great result.
So you got the boys in the numpty bar wondering what a Lions football team would look like. They decided the goalkeeper and the back four should all be English. And here's how they decided we make the rest of the team. Have a listen.
How many have we got there from England?
Well, yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 7. Yeah, do it. Saka.
Saka, 100%.
100% Saka, yeah. Kane.
Kane's got to be up top.
Kane's got to be up top. So, yeah. On the
Palmer's got to be in there, mate.
Cole Palmer, number 10?
Well, he's got to be in the conversation, hasn't he?
He's in the convo. Yeah, Palmer, yeah. Palmer.
Gordon on the left.
Do you reckon Gordon?
Yeah,
he's had a good season, Gordon. Yeah, Anthony Gordon. Right, yeah. Right, that's the team.
Excellent.
Yeah, good team.
Yeah, just pick the England team, eh?
McTominay's got to be in there. 100%.
Well, what a season he's had, eh?
He's in there for me, Al.
Yeah.
100%.
It's remarkable what he's done, and I'm not sure he's got enough credit. Remarkable.
100%. And, you know, to leave the Premier League, you know what I mean, Al, as a Brit, to go abroad, and Napoli as well. What
Billy
their fans
Gilmore,
are like.
has he been playing regular, Billy Gilmore? Is he playing every game?
He's not every game, but he's playing enough.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
But to leave the Premier League and to go to Napoli, you know what their fan base is like?
Yeah.
I remember when Higuain left, I think he might have went to Juventus, wherever he left Napoli from. He was getting pelters. Them fans don't mess around. He's gone there and been the best player. Outstanding.
We've speaking to us. Would Jack go there?
An option, isn't it?
We'll be speaking to Australia rugby legend Matt Gitter at 7:30 to find out just how scared the Wallabies are by the impressive Lions displays. Well, was the first one that impressive? Second one, yeah. Where are you? Home of the Lions tour, of course. On the radio, of course, only place you can hear it. Speaking of Brits, a couple of huge victories for some home favourites at Wimbledon. Emma Raducanu, let's give her some credit. She beat the 2023 champion, Vondrasova, and will meet world number 1 now, Ariana Sabalenka, next. Now that's going to be tough, but it's tough. Cameron Norrie was superb, by the way. I was reading a bit about him yesterday. I was in Goodman's, having a glass of wine, and he was brought up in South Africa. He's a resident of Monaco. Yeah, what about that?
Must be nice.
His dad's Scottish. Mother isn't, I don't think, but resident of Monaco.
Wow.
Obviously from
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Saying that, he'd have made a few quid in his career,
Yes,
but
definitely.
not like...
It was outstanding yesterday, Al.
Yeah, brilliant. It was one of the best performances of his career. Fought back to beat the 12th seed, Francis Tiafoe, who's a decent player. So bad news though. Katie Boulter is out. I don't know what's wrong with her. I keep reading about it. She's getting pelters. The media followers give her stick. Well, that wouldn't have helped her yesterday. For me, she collapsed. She sort of faded. Let's round it up all and look ahead to day 4 with former tennis pro, big Liverpool man, Barry Cowan. Morning, Barry.
Good morning, Barry.
Good morning, guys. It was a little easier yesterday watching than the first 2 days. It was so hot.
Yes.
Yeah. Barry, let's start with the positive. Emma, right away. You know, that was superb, and it's nice to see her smiling now and looks pain-free.
Yeah, I thought she played very well. A really controlled, composed performance against the 2023 Wimbledon champion, Von Drusever. Mind you, I don't think Von Drusever would have won the 2023 Wimbledon Park Championships at times the way she played yesterday. She struggled, I have to say, but you can only beat who is the other end of the net. But I think we'll get a really good gauge in the next round against Sabalenka, where Raducanu is at the level she's at. Sabalenka, who's been incredibly consistent the last 3 years. I think the last 12 majors or so, she's reached at least the quarterfinals. So this is going to be a huge test for Raducanu. But yeah, she looked really happy yesterday. And if you're playing well and you're winning matches, of course you're going to be a lot happier.
What about Katie then? What can you put your finger on what's wrong with Katie?
Well, interestingly, guys, actually, I can put my finger on it that actually last year on that court, very same court 1, she had a bit of a nightmare against Harriet Dart, the fellow Brit. And she was the high expectations last year. And I don't know whether just sort of bad memories, because Katie played so well in the first round, beat Badosa top 10, but just wasn't able to reproduce it yesterday against a lucky loser. Sometimes those matches can be tough because everyone expects you to win. You expect yourself. You have high expectations, but she just, unfortunately, wasn't able to deliver yesterday.
Barry, I've been really impressed with how some of the lower seeds are beating the top seeds. You know, we saw Coco Gauff. She got outclassed, even though she was very poor, wasn't she? A lot of double faults, a lot of shots hitting the net. And even in the men's as well, we've seen some of the lower seeds beat the top seeds. Is that the weather take a part in that? Or is it just maybe some of the Brits and the lower seeds? It means more, maybe? I don't know.
No, it's the sport, Gabby. It's brutal out there. I mean, you only have to look at Ollie Tarvett yesterday. I don't know if you watched.
Yeah, I watched a bit.
Match against Alcaraz. What a story. So this guy's ranked 733. He's still at American University. He was a bang average junior, but he's developed his game the last 3 years or so. He's had an incredible record in the last year at American University. He comes through qualifying, and it just shows you, the standard. And, for golf, that was not a surprise. That I always felt she was vulnerable at Wimbledon and never really fancied.
After the French.
Yes, because I mean, she is incredibly strong mentally, but the one area, or the couple of areas of her game that you can expose on the quicker courts are the forehand, and that let her down, and the second serve, and again that let her down. She can just struggle at certain days, at certain times. Just do the basics of getting that second serve into play. But yes, Yastremska did play incredibly good tennis. And there've been shocks the first 3 days, and there'll be more shocks today. Hopefully that won't include Jack Draper.
Yeah, Barry, one man who slept well last night, Cameron Norrie, fantastic.
Oh, what a performance. I was fortunate. I was commentating on that. And, I would almost go to say, I'm not sure I've ever seen him play better, because he was unbelievable. Tiafoe came out all guns blazing, opening set, but Cam didn't flinch. And 4 very good controlled sets, and that's now back-to-back majors where he's beaten top 20 players. And bearing in mind, he's only ever done that 4 times in his whole career, so it just shows the sort of form he's.
Well, he's made a semi-final, hasn't he, Barry? So could he get there again?
Well, he did make the semi-finals. However, he didn't beat a player of Tiafoe's class on the way to the last 4. I'm only judging what I saw. If he continues to play like he did yesterday, Alan, yes, I think he can make the quarterfinals. However, every day is different.
Barry, sorry, Al. Barry, we have seen upsets, and we've seen also Djokovic. I know he was quite poorly in his last game. But Alcaraz as well at times. They've not been playing their best, have they? Does that show that maybe a Draper on his day, when he's at it, if everything goes right for him, can cause an upset in this Wimbledon?
I'm never worried about Djokovic because history will tell you, and when you've won it 24 times, there's a lot of history to go with. In Grand Slams, Djokovic doesn't tend to play his best in the opening week, and the same with Alcaraz. I've seen Alcaraz play a lot in the last couple of years, even in the Roland Garros guys. I think he dropped 4 sets maybe on the way to the final. But those top guys, they have that ability when it really matters to absolutely dial in. They know that if let's say Alcaraz is playing a Sinner, there won't be those drops in focus that there certainly were on the first day. Because as well as Fognini played, Alcaraz was patchy in day one. I thought he was better in day two, and I think if we chat in a week's time, I think we'll be saying Alcaraz and Djokovic they've been able to improve round by round.
What's it now, Jack? We shouldn't forget Dan Evans. We wish him well. Yes. But Jack Draper, is he ranked 4? So he's, he looks strong and powerful at the moment.
He is a different beast than what he was a year ago. I mean, he wasn't seeded 12 months ago, but now he's 4th. I do, however, as a potential banana skin today. This is a tough match against Cilic, former finalist. Cilic in his mid-30s now, has had injury problems, but he won a lead-up tournament, albeit a challenger. But, I'm just saying how strong the depth is in the men's game. And Cilic knows how to play great tennis on the grass, and, with expectations, and that's also you've got to manage. And that's totally different now for Jack Draper. He wasn't able to deal with it in the Roland Garros, although Bublik played incredible tennis on the clay. People look at the draw and go, well, Jack Draper's 4th in the world. He's playing someone ranked as low as Cilic is now. Oh, that should be straight sets. It is not going to be as comfortable as that. So Jack can just, try and treat it like a normal tennis match. Very easy for me to say, sitting in the commentary box, but if he can just treat it like a normal tennis match, don't panic, don't get frustrated. Hopefully he'll have too much class and too much physicality, potentially over the longer distance.
Barry, we look forward to today. Enjoy today. We'll speak later. Thank you very much. Barry Cannon.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Right, still to come on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Find everything you need for your landscaping project in stock and available for delivery. Terms and conditions apply.
So, a huge hour on the way for you, including our weekly Gabby update on his love life on transfer Tinder. Up next, though, you'll be covering the biggest story of yesterday, the killer dolphin. Jack the Flipper is still on the loose. With a lot of fun with the animal nicknames in Ali, and I had a clear favourite. Have a listen. Here's a good one, Ali. Quacky Chan the duck. He specialises in kung fu fighting other ducks. Quacky Chan. Ridiculous. Keep your animal nicknames coming in on 81089. One person on the lookout for Jack the Flipper is Sarah Michelle Weir. And Sarah joins us. She's coming next. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Join the club and get low trade prices. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
He plays that villain role very well now. That's crying out for a little bit more attention. It comes with a lot of crazy people. I took it personally and it kind of made me rebel a bit more. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. I'm never going to change.
Okay, this is talkSPORT Breakfast. Gabby alongside me. Some of the headlines you're waking up to. Manchester United reportedly handed wonder kid JJ Gabriel a unique squad number. Gabriel he's only 14, has been dubbed as Kid Messi, was pictured in the numbers 95 shirt, the highest United squad number in history. England were held up by India captain Gail Century Edgbaston as the tourists finished 310 for 5 on day one. The legend is David Bumble Lloyd will round up all the action for us around 8:30. And after Ian Poulter and his son Luke both missed out on qualifying for the Open, Ian joined Pinky and Perky yesterday to give his reaction to the disappointment.
Luke got off to an amazing start yesterday. He was 5 under through his first round, line third. Top 5 guys go through. I struggled on my front 9, so I had some motivation in the afternoon to try and, have a great round of golf. Didn't quite happen, and we both ended up finishing 13th. So, he had the luxury of staying in bed this morning while I come up and drove a couple of hours up the motorway and come up to help out these fantastic kids that we've got. But wonderful experience for me to have Luke playing in the same tournament as myself to try and make the Open Championship.
Yeah, it's a shame, Ian Poulter. I love Poulter. Up at Woburn, that's his course. Also spoke yesterday to Lee Westwood,
yes,
who won Dundonald Links, so he's going to play in the Open.
Lovely.
So he's very happy about that.
Great news.
And I can't wait for it. I love the Open. Poulter should be brilliant. I don't know. I think it's wide open.
Yeah, we're spoiled, aren't we, at the moment? Still got the Club World Cup, still got Wimbledon, British Lions as well. Looking forward to it.
Okay, it's now coming up, 6:51. Now, be careful. It's time. What's that down there? It's time for this.
They call him Flipper, faster than lightning. No one you see is smarter than he. And we know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder, flying there under the sea.
I never used to miss an episode. A killer dolphin is still on the loose after being caught on video, slaying one of its very own, and then a shark. The bottlenose dolphin, dubbed Jack the Flipper, targeted a smooth hound shark last week, having previously attacked a juvenile common dolphin 3 months ago. He's part of this pod down in Cardigan Bay off the coast of Mid Wales and has actually been named Anakin, after the Star Wars character by dolphin watcher Sarah Michelle Wire. So we ask for your best animal nicknames. You're saying some of the best were a rooster called Cluck Norris, the German thoroughbred horse Jurgen Klippity Klopp, and how about the recently retired footballer Adam The Llama. Adam the Llama. And mine and Ali's favourite had to be Quacky Chan. The duck who keeps fighting his fellow ducklings. Back to Jack the Flipper, though. He's still on the loose. Gabby's even more scared to get into the sea now. And someone will be able to tell us whether it's safe to get into the waters is wildlife guide Sarah Michelle Wire. And Sarah joins us now. Sarah, a very good morning.
Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Sarah, what a great story this is. I honestly, we had literally thousands of texts and emails yesterday. Incredible, wanting to know more about Jack the Flipper. Amazing. What's happened here?
I think that's the best headline I've ever seen.
Sarah, is it he or she? Is she trying to protect or?
This is a he. So he's a beautiful big bottlenose dolphin off the coast of Newquay in West Wales.
Mm-hmm.
And he, back in April, was part of a unusual encounter, to say the least, where it was mainly him that was involved in the killing of a young common dolphin. So obviously a different species that is found in Cardigan Bay, but not usually commonly, despite the name, found in Newquay Bay. So we kind of have our suspicions as to why now. So that happened back in April around Easter time. And then last week, the same dolphin sort of swam past the boat that I was working on, and he had a huge fish in his mouth. And of course, a fish that size here in Cardigan Bay, you think, oh, he's got a salmon. So, of course, I'm there, with my camera, and I'm thinking, well, usually when the bottlenose dolphins have a salmon, they tend to play around with them a little bit.
Yeah.
So they'll sort of flip them out the water. They can hit them out the water. So I'm there thinking, you're gonna do something interesting with this fish. So it did, of course, come flying out the water a couple of minutes later, and I realised that wasn't a salmon. That was a sort of shark of some sort. And immediately I thought it was a toad. Because from visual, that's what it looked like. But then it turned out to be a smooth hound, which is still a member of the shark family, but a bit smaller than a toad.
What's up with him, Sarah?
I think he's got a bit of an attitude, this dolphin. But he's becoming, as weird as it sounds, he's becoming one of my favourite dolphins to encounter, because you just don't know what he's going to be up to. He's a beautiful dolphin. And, I mean, we have to remember with bottlenose dolphins, these are highly intelligent animals, and they are apex predators.
Do you know what, Sarah? Newquay's obviously famous for surfing down there. There's been no reports of any, surfers been attacked or anything, has there?
No, they're not. There's been no records in the UK waters, or as far as I'm aware anywhere, of a bottlenose dolphin attacking a person. So, I mean, obviously the headline, Jack the Flipper, and there's a killer dolphin on the loose, is going to make people go, oh my goodness, this dolphin has got a complex and will attack anything. And that's not necessarily the case. They're intelligent animals. They're apex predators. They're not to be feared. They're to be respected of what they're capable of doing. They're big, boisterous animals.
Do you know, I said I was down off the Straits of Gibraltar last year, and literally we were out in a nice yacht, and there was hundreds of them, and there was a few pilot whales there as well. It was incredible. What a sight it was. And then only 3 weeks ago I was in Marbella, and right off, not round by Gibraltar, but actually Marbella, there was a pod flipping in and out of the water all the time there, where you could see them from the beach. It was incredible. They were close in.
They're beautiful animals to watch, and I think they're so unpredictable. You don't know when they're going to get active. 1 minute, they're being so docile, and they're interactive as well. I mean, with boats, they're curious animals. They're inquisitive. They're athletic, and it's mesmerising to watch them.
Yeah, brilliant.
Can I ask Sarah a question quickly?
Yeah.
Sarah, I have this debate with my kids, with friends. I do with Al as well. I don't feel safe in the sea. When you're out on people are out on boats and they just jump in and they're swimming around. What's under you? What's underneath you? Could be anything.
That's isn't it? Depends on where you are in the world.
Oh, it scares me, Sarah. When I fall off a jet ski or I'm in that sea, I'm having a panic attack to get out of me. Do you like it, Al?
I don't like being when it's really, really
choppy,
deep and you can't see what's below. I love the Aegean. The Aegean for me is my favourite. crystal clear,
Yes,
stunning,
that's
beautiful.
all I want.
Well, Sarah, look, it's really, really great to talk to you. Thank you, and keep us in touch with Jack the Flipper because we're we are fascinated by it.
Tell him to
Sarah.
behave
Thank
himself.
Yeah, brilliant.
Thank you,
Sarah
Sarah.
Michelle Wire there. Amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Some breaking news for you. Quacky Chan apparently has a rival, Goose Lee. Oh dear. We've also had some more texts coming in. Cluck Norris, Bison Fury. Oh dear. Keep them coming up next though. Speaking of Fury, Zenon really want to see him back in the boxing ring. 5 times he's retired now. Is there an appetite for another fight against Usyk, or do we want to see him fight AJ? This comes after it was revealed Tyson has come out of retirement for a 5th time. 03717 223344 to have your say. That's coming next.
Well, it's looking even Stevens after a topsy-turvy day one at Edgbaston. India were 208 for 3, then 211 for 5 before finishing 310 for 5. Shubman Gill bagged another 100 and Ravindra Jadeja is looking set on 41. Chris Wokes picked up 2 wickets, but it could have been more as a couple of umpires' calls didn't go his way.
You could say that. Yeah, pretty frustrating morning really. I think they're decisions which can obviously go your way or not. That is the game we play. But yeah, obviously emotions run high when you're desperate to do well for the team, do well for yourself, and it would have been nice. As I said, it's more the fact that you look at it and had those decisions gone away, the day looks completely different. So, but that is Test cricket, and we move on.
Elsewhere, Emma Raducanu says she's feeling very proud after making the 3rd round at Wimbledon. She outclassed the 2023 champion Marketa Vondrousova before booking a blockbuster clash with world #1 Arina Sabalenka tomorrow. Raducanu called her performance one of the best matches I've played in a long time. With football players reflecting on their performances last season, we're being told referees will be doing exactly the same. Former Premier League official Dermot Gallagher says there's one area in particular where the current crop will want to improve for the next campaign.
Some of the foul challenges that went unpunished for red cards, I think looking at the Tarkowski one was a classic example. I think that was one where you look back and think, well, what did the referee see on the field? What did he not see? What did the VAR not recognise that it wasn't a really, really serious challenge?
And the Lions are awaiting the result of scans following Elliot Daly's arm injury against the Reds yesterday. Owen Farrell is reportedly in line to replace Daly should he be ruled out of the tour. Former Lion Anthony Watson thinks the tourists are strong favourites against the Aussies.
I think it's going to be 3-0. I'll put my hat on it, even after, some negativity around some of the performances so far. They've got so much time.
There's plenty more at talksport.com.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Gabby alongside me. Now, on the way for you this morning, the CEO of McLaren, Zach Brown, will join us right here in the studio as we find out if Norris and Piastri going head-to-head all season could cost one of them the title. Gabby, have you seen the reports that Verstappen could go to Mercedes? What do you make of that?
Oh, I can't see him with anyone but Red Bull, can you? But they've not. I'm sure their Mercedes haven't signed up George Russell.
Well, yeah, I think he's got the hump, George, hasn't he?
Yeah, so and George Russell and Verstappen have clashed this season, so I don't see them getting on, being in the same team. But interesting,
yeah. Ferrari have suddenly come back into it, haven't they?
Yeah, but I just think McLaren are just fly now. That's why I'm so excited to speak to Zach, because what he's done there in the last two seasons, 2 years, it's been outstanding.
Yeah.
Norris and Piastri fighting. Brilliant. For the Drivers' Championship.
The legend is David Bumble Lloyd will give us his reaction to England's slow start at Edgbaston. Oh, and he'll also stick around to take on Gabby and Simply the Best.
Oh, no.
We'll also be joined by Aussie legend Matt Giteau to find out if the Wallabies are trying to play mind games with the Lions. Could it backfire, though? And we'll have Gabby's favourite part of the day, transfer Tinder, where we get our weekly update on Gabby's love life. Don't forget, we're taking your calls this morning on Tyson Fury, returning to boxing for the 5th time. 03717223344 is the number. And we want to know, are you bored of Tyson quitting boxing?
Yes.
Only to return. Is Fury AJ the only fight that you'd be interested in? Give us a call. Gabby, is it a worry for boxing that you rely so heavily on AJ and Fury? That seems to be the next big fight, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think we are relying on it, to be honest, Al. I think no one's really been speaking about it in recent months. Everyone's excited for Usyk and
Fill a stadium, though, won't it?
Oh, yes, it will, but, it's not carrying boxing. I mean, everyone's looking forward to Usyk, Dubois, they're looking forward to
rematch.
Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. But, like we've always says, AJ versus Fury always fill out a stadium. Look at Brook Khan. That come really late, but still filled out. So people who love boxing now, they'll always sell out of stadium. Tyson Fury.
And we'll have transfer Tinder a little bit later, but one club that seems to have matched with Germany is Liverpool. So far this season, they've signed Florian Wirtz and Jermaine Frimpong from Leverkusen, and Kwanzai going the other way. And it's been reported that Bayern Munich are now hoping to bring Luis Diaz to the Bundesliga tour, though Liverpool don't want to sell. Let's find out how likely that is with German football expert. A very good morgen, Raf Honigstein. Raf, morning.
Good morning, Raf. Raf?
No, he's not there yet right now, so we'll get Raf in a minute. What about Diaz then, Gab? Luis Diaz. I like him a lot. I mean, I think he's tough, he's wiry. Liverpool don't want to lose him.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I mean, there was reports a few weeks ago that maybe Liverpool would let him go, but I found that strange because he's a top player. His numbers are improving every season, and he works his socks off, Al. Before anything else, he's a hard worker, tracks back, and then when he receives the ball, he's got skills. He can score a goal and assists. You add that to maybe Wirtz, who can play as a number 8, whereas Obersley has been playing last season. You've got Gakpo, you've still got Jota. Liverpool have got so many options, and if they want to go and win the Champions League and the Premier League again, then they're going to need them options. Players get injured, so there's no point in letting Diaz go. What for?
No.
I think Jota will be let go before.
Well, let's get German point of view now. I think we've got Raf back. Raf, a very good morning.
Raf.
Good morning.
Aha! Now, Raf, we're just talking about Luis Diaz. It looks like Bayern want him, but Liverpool don't want to sell. How do you see this one panning out?
Well, it doesn't look like if it's going to go anywhere. Bayern have made that inquiry. Liverpool have said no. Liverpool have told people that they said no. I don't think it is a negotiating ploy. It doesn't look to me as if it's going to go much further. Bayern are desperate for a left-side winger. They've looked at a lot of players. They wanted Nico Williams. They want one or two others, but they're finding it really, really hard to find the right player at the moment.
Raf, you look at Bayern Munich. Obviously, Leroy Sané has left. But I look at Gnabry. Is he still the same player? Conan, is he still the same player that used to thrive and used to create so many chances and score goals?
Coman is looking good. He's having a very good Club World Cup. He's had a decent finish to the season. The same is true of Gnabry. But Bayern play with 2 wingers, so they need 4, so they're 1 short anyway. And the problem with Gnabry and Coman is that they're not really physically consistent.
Yes.
They've been in and out with injuries. They're not the kind of players that you can rely on to have 60, 70 games a season. Leroy Sané had his ups and downs in terms of form, but he was much more resilient when it comes to just being available. So even if Gnabry and Coman recover or show some form that is in the ascendancy, Bayern still are that 1 player short because they cannot trust basically the 2 of them to last the season. And Michael Olise has been absolutely brilliant, but he can't do it alone. He needs a breather as well from time to time. So they need that fourth wide player.
What about, look, I'm speculating here, Raf, but where's Jack Grealish going to go? It looks like his time at City could be up. Now, he can play that left-hand side. He's not a winger, but he likes getting the ball wide or that inside left channel. He likes that left-hand side. Would he be a good fit? Because he's strong, he holds the ball well. Could he be a fit for the Bundesliga?
An interesting proposition. I think he's got the talent, there's no doubt. The question is, what kind of price would he cost? What kind of wages? And is he still the footballer that he could have been? I think there's no doubt about the talent, but what about the application? What about the lifestyle? Is he hungry? Does he still want the game? If I was him, I'd be desperate for football. I'd be desperate for somewhere to be a regular again. But we haven't seen, at least from my understanding, any movement on that part. So I think it has to start with the player. The player needs to feel, okay, I want to play somewhere, and I might be able to drop my wages a little bit or go on loan. But before that happens, I don't think Bayern or any other club at that level will make any serious inquiries.
What sort of pressure is on Vincent Kompany to get closer to winning the Champions League? You expect them to win the Bundesliga next season, but the Champions League is the one, isn't it, that Bayern Munich hierarchy want to win?
Yeah, the pressure will be bigger than last year. Last year he was lucky to follow Bayern's worst season in ages. Under Tuchel, they only finished third. So winning the league felt like a big deal suddenly. And he was able to do that. But he has to win the cup as well, or at least get into the final. I think that's an absolute must. Bayern haven't been in a final in 5 years, and that's a huge sort of insult almost to their ambition. He needs to do well in the Club World Cup. I think if he were to beat PSG on Saturday, that will help him a lot, as well as the whole club. And in the Champions League, you're right. They have to get closer. Getting out by Inter was not seen as a disaster, but at the same time, Bayern really were desperate to make the final, and they got knocked out in the quarterfinal. And that's I don't want to say black mark against him, but something that he needs to improve on next season, no doubt.
Raf, just a quickie on the World Club, the World Cup. How are the people in Germany and the press? How high are you ranking this tournament? I've got a feeling here, people shrug their shoulders. They'll watch a bit of it, the latter stages, the big games. But for me, it's not like Champions League or anything like that. It's not for me.
Well, I think it's very hard to judge the quality of the games because it's been so hot and teams are at such different levels of preparation. The Brazilians are right in the middle of their season. They're very sharp. For them, it's really super important. And for some of the European teams, you feel they're going through the motions. The difference here is in Germany between the UK is that the two biggest clubs are in it. So even if most neutrals don't care, there's enough non-neutrals who do really care. So imagine just, 20 million people who support Bayern and Dortmund are actually pretty interested. So it's a completely different relationship that we have compared to the UK. And that's why people, at least for that, are actually quite involved. But it hasn't caught the imagination where a normal World Cup does. No way.
Raf, enjoy. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, Raf. Thank you. Raf Honigstein there with news from Germany. Interesting.
I love as well, Musiala.
Oh, yeah.
He's a special player.
No, absolutely. You're dead right. He is one of the... There's some young stars around there, isn't there, Gab? There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up just before 7:15, travel next.
plays that villain role very well now. That's crying out for a little bit more attention. It comes with a lot of crazy people. I took it personally and it kind of made me rebel a bit more. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. I'm never going to change.
After 7 now. When an English star makes a move to Real Madrid, they'll probably be in the spotlight a lot, and it's safe to say that Trent is no different. The former Liverpool star who swapped Anfield for the Bernabeu provided a beautiful assist as Real Madrid edged past Juve into the last 8 of the Club World Cup earlier this week with a great assist. But it was an assist, but it wasn't a sensational pass, was it?
No, it was a great cross, and that is what he's been brought in for, because when I watch him around Madrid, it's exactly the same as Liverpool, defending really poor. You know, he's getting found out 1v1, but if he can create assists and score goals, that's what Real Madrid have brought him in for.
talkSPORT's Alan Benn has warned fans, however, with Trent, don't expect him to hit the ground running.
I thought first off he really struggled. He gave the ball away, and you can quite clearly see, because Liverpool play a completely different way to Real Madrid, some of the passes that he was playing, you just see the likes of Salah getting after it, Luis Diaz on the other side. But there were a couple of times where he kind of got caught in between, weren't quite sure whether to play the ball forward or just keep possession. So first off, he found it a bit difficult, but lovely assist for the goal. Typical, just left it in an area. Really, really good header for the goal. They needed that. It'd been I wouldn't say it was a difficult afternoon, I'd say, for Real Madrid, difficult evening, because I don't think Juventus offered too much. I mean, Kolo Muani had a good chance, but he went clean through and tried to scoop it over the bar. But every time I turn it on, he's missing.
Dan and Benton there. Juventus played all right to begin with, but the more the game went on, Madrid took control, didn't they?
Real Madrid were the better team, but even that chance for Muani, it's an easy one.
It was in.
Yeah, he tried to ding the keeper, didn't he? Could have slotted it, but I think teams will still target Trent. They will next season. If the Barcelonas and the teams in the Champions League, you will target him.
Is he that bad a defender?
Yeah, he's just 1v1 out. He's not strong, is he? He's not really aggressive. He's not quick, so he'll get found out. I used to play on the left wing. I would have loved to play against Trent, because you can hold him off if you want. You can check, come and show short, spin him behind, and you'll get in. But if he can offer what we know he can offer going forward, you know, Real Madrid aren't silly. They know what they've bought. They know he's not the best defensively.
But they're going to dictate most games, aren't they?
Exactly. But if you play against the Barcelonas and they sign that Nico Williams, Rafinha, Yamal, they're going to have a field day.
Right, the Women's Euros kicked off last night live on talkSPORT as the host Switzerland fell to an opening day defeat at the hands of Norway. That was a shock.
And that is the full-time whistle, and Norway get a huge win on what has been a pulsating opening night at Euro 2025. The harsh realities of tournament football really laid bear for the hosts, Switzerland, who are desperately unlucky, you feel, not to come away with anything. But for Norway, it is all about the victory. And the team who have underperformed in recent years at this level have got off to a winning start. If this is the sort of match that Euro 2025 is going to produce over the next 3.5 weeks, then bring it on. Switzerland 1, Norway 2.
Yeah, that's right. The Women's Euros kicked off in fine fashion, but it wasn't to be for the tournament host Switzerland, who now have all to do having lost 2-1 at the hands of Norway. The Lionesses take on France on Saturday, and that, of course, is live on talkSPORT in their opening game of the Euros. The Lionesses faced a group of death with Wales, the Netherlands, and, of course, France to get past. Let's get a little bit more on this and cross over to former England striker Tasha Dowie. Good morning, Tasha.
Good morning, Tasha.
Good morning, guys. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Tasha. England will be looking for a good start. It was a bit of a shock, that wasn't the Swiss, the hosts, getting beat by Norway, but it's tournament football, so it's very, very. I think it's very important you don't lose your first game.
I think it is important, absolutely. I think probably going into the game last night, Norway would have been favourites. You know, they're higher ranked, personnel-wise, they should be winning that game. However, host nation, the home advantage, Switzerland have some top players, and to be honest, coming away from that game, having watched it, I thought they were so unlucky not to have just won it, but to at least got a point. Some of the best football I've seen in the first half by the Swiss team. I thought they were phenomenal. But like in football, you have to score your chances, and they didn't take their chances. They had numerous chances. Really, the game should have been put to bed by the first 45 minutes. But whatever Gemma Granger said at half-time, credit to her, there was a reaction from the Norwegian team. Still nowhere near as good as what they should be with the players that they've got. But the big players, your Hegerberg steps up, one opportunity, one goal. And yeah, it's a tough lesson learnt. But yeah, looking forward to England's game. It's going to be a massive challenge against France. They're probably one of the tournament favourites, but very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, you said France there, and also maybe Spain favourites, and Germany will be up there, won't they, as well? But who in our team, Tasha, do you think has to step up for us to win these Euros? I mean, Alicia Russo, you know, she does what she does, doesn't she? She's a goal scorer, she can hold the ball up. But who else needs to step up in that squad of players?
I think it's a great question. I think, first of all, you've got to look at the leadership group. So that's going to be Leah Williamson, who I think has finished the season really strong for Arsenal, should be full of confidence, having won the Champions League. Then I would look at Lucy Bronze, been there, done it, everywhere she's been, consistent. She'll be a regular starter. Then you look at the midfield. Again, you've got so much experience. Walsh, I think she's probably had a bit of a tough time at Chelsea, moving from Barcelona, probably hasn't found her best form, but I thought she was very strong in the last friendly game that we finished off against Jamaica. And then you're spot on. It excites me, the front line. Your Russo, again, finishing the season strong. Hemp, I think, has looked in great form. That kind of competition on the right between Kelly and Mead, it's exciting. Beaver Jones, I would love nothing more than to try and get a Russo and a Beaver Jones on the pitch together somehow. Two up top, I think we could afford to do that. So for me, I think there's too many players, that we're asking to step up. And Lauren James as well, I think she's the one person in the team. And I've said it many a time, she could be a Ballon d'Or winner. She's that good. So I think in those tough moments when maybe against a France, it's 0-0, the game's on its edge, you can bring someone like her on and she can change the game on its head within a second. So it's exciting. And then again, finally, Hampton, it's huge for her. This tournament is massive. The other two keepers haven't got a single cap at international level. She needs to stay fit, put it that way, and she needs to have a big tournament.
When you flying out, Tash?
Today, actually, 5 p.m. Yeah, looking forward to it.
What part are you flying out to?
I'm flying to Zurich, straight in, from Heathrow. So, and then, straight away into training tomorrow, watching the team, and then the game Saturday. So I think it's going to fly by.
We'll take plenty of money with you, let me tell you. I was there about 30 years ago and it was a fortune then.
I'm going to be finding wherever the talkSPORT people are with the business card.
Yes, the talkSPORT card. No,
Tasha, good luck with that one.
Yeah, Tasha, I'm looking forward to it because, we're the holders, aren't we? And our manager won it there 4 years before with Netherlands as well, so Wiegman. Do you think this team can go again, back-to-back Euros? Do you think they can do it?
Truthfully, yes, I do. I think absolutely when I'm looking at this tournament, it's straight away it's Spain and England for me. I think they've been there, they've done it before. Depth-wise, I actually think English team is stronger than the Spanish team. I think if you lose a Bonmati, I don't know how she's going to recover from this illness. I don't think you can replace her. Whereas I think in England, every single position, you have really strong competition. And they'll want to keep it. They'll want to hold it more than ever. And I think when it comes to tournament football, this team, no matter how their form has been going into this tournament, they find a way, and their form at international level, at tournament level, is spot on.
Tasha, good luck over there. Enjoy.
Yes,
I'm sure it's going to be great. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Don't forget, talkSPORT bring you all the action from every England and Wales game.
Come on.
Plus both semi-finals and the finals coming up. Reports suggest Owen Farrell is going to be called up to the Lions. What about that? Could we see the former England star playing for his dad down under? We'll discuss that one next with Australian legend Matt Gitter.
Well, it's looking even Stevens after a topsy-turvy day one at Edgbaston. India were 208 for 3, then 211 for 5 before finishing 310 for 5. Shubman Gill bagged another 100 and Ravindra Jadeja is looking set on 41. Chris Wokes picked up 2 wickets, but it could have been more as a couple of umpires' calls didn't go his way.
You could say that. Yeah, pretty frustrating morning, really. I think they're decisions which can obviously go your way or not. That is the game we play. But yeah, obviously emotions run high when you're desperate to do well for the team, do well for yourself.
Elsewhere, Emma Raducanu says she's feeling very proud after making the 3rd round at Wimbledon. She outclassed the 2023 champion Marketa Vondrousova before booking a blockbuster clash with world #1 Aryna Sabalenka tomorrow. Raducanu called her performance one of the best matches I've played in a long time. With football players reflecting on their performances last season, we're being told referees will be doing exactly the same. Former Premier League official Dermot Gallagher says there's one area in particular where the current crop will want to improve for the next campaign.
Some of the foul challenges that went unpunished for red cards, I think looking at the Tarkowski one was a classic example.
There's plenty more at talksport.com.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online. All with a few clicks they make buying your next car very easy indeed. Gabby's alongside me. Right. There's a story in the Sun this morning close to my heart. It's been reported that emojis can improve your relationship as they make you seem more emotionally involved. So say scientists.
What, emojis?
Yeah. Researchers have suggested it does not matter what emoji is sent, even a fire one would in fact increase relationship satisfaction.
Ooh.
What?
You're going to start using them, Al?
The only ones I use is
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Not the champagne one?
Now and again.
What about the sun? When you're on holiday? Champagne and sun?
No, not really.
Fancy that, no?
No, not really. Why? I bet you use it all the time, don't you?
I love an emoji. Because it's an easy way of just like getting your point across without having to type.
What's your favourite one?
My favourite one is probably it's probably the thumbs up and the fist pump. I'll put that to the kids a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't do your bedroom and tidy up, you're going to get it when I get home.
Well, don't get me started on that. Jesus.
Oh, really?
The way that they are disgraced. Their room. My daughter as well, my 14-year-old, her room.
In what way?
Clothes on the floor, bed not made, towels on the floor.
Get up a duvet, you just got to pull it up.
No, don't do that. Towels on the carpet, like, don't bring their washing down. Honestly, they're a nightmare, mate.
What does your cleaner say about it?
I haven't got one, mate. I wish, Al. I'm not in Suffolk. Yeah, yeah, they're jokers.
It's time now to get an update on the rugby in partnership with Tenor Men.
Qatar Airways Lions Tour Roundup on talkSPORT with coverage sponsored by Tenor Men. Understanding the facts about urine leakage can help you manage it better. Find out more at tenormen.co.uk.
So the British and Irish Lions continued start to life done under 2 wins with another crushing warm-up win, this time over the Queensland Reds down in beautiful Brisbane.
And here come the Reds down the middle. Bryle, the number 8, big power runner at the side of the scrum. Jeff Allen. Try is given.
I thought the Reds were pretty good. I thought they were aggressive, direct.
Every week we see a little tiny improvement from the Lions. The fluidity in attack.
Jamison Gibson Park picks, goes around the edge, gives to Maro Itoje who gets over the line. Lions have their 4th try of the evening.
I need to make sure that my performance is where it needs to be, and I want everyone to play well.
I think there was a load of players today that really stood up and put their hand up for Test selection.
Quickly away by Mitchell once again. Moore gets through and will score.
Jack Morgan outstanding, every breakdown, every tackle, and he carried really, really well.
All over the top, out to the right-hand side, and Gary Ringrose will score in the corner. Simple as that in the end. 1-2, bish, bosh, over the top, in it goes.
That's what good teammates do for one another. They keep pushing the standards for one another, and everyone keeps improving together.
We thought they might win. We probably weren't expecting them to be this dominant. Queensland Reds 12, British and Irish Lions 52.
Yeah, that's right. Live on talkSPORT, the Lions strolled to a comfortable 52-12 win over the Reds, running in 8 tries in the almost perfect outing for Andy Farrell's side. The concern for the Lions, however, could be another injury, as Elliot Daly was forced off with an arm injury, which could put an end to his tour. So talkSPORT's Lions presenter Shabana Hearn sat down last night with former British and Irish Lion Jason Robinson, who discussed the emotion of playing for the Lions.
I was lucky enough to play on 2 Rugby Union Lions tours, which were amazing. Like I started a Lions Test match before I started an England Test match. So I know how special it is. 4 nations coming together, going the other side of the world, playing Australia. It's a massive challenge. In many ways, it shouldn't work, but the way the guys have to forget self and come together as a team. All these games now are preparation for the Test matches, but people don't realise the battle within the Lions to start in those Test matches is bloody fierce. So I'm sure now the Lions are just going to slowly build, get to the Test match. I played Australia in Rugby League, Rugby Union, some of the toughest competitors, but I'm just hoping that the Lions win and win. Well, not win comfortably, but I would like to see the Lions win sort of 3-0 in the series.
Ooh, 3-0. Could that happen?
How good was he, by the way?
Oh, rapid.
Wow.
Rapid. 3-0 to Lions, that'd be something. One man who I don't think will agree with that is our next guest. That's a very good day to Wallabies legend, Matt Gittow. Morning, Matt. How are we, Matt?
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon, thank you. That's right. Morning for you guys.
Come on, Al. You should know that, mate.
I'm good.
Matt, what do you reckon so far? They've taken a little bit of time to get into the stride of the lines, haven't they, in both warm-up games?
Well, they have, but they keep changing the lineups. So I think the only way that they're going to get consistency is if they start to get closer to what they think will be that test team, and maybe start them like they did. Finn Russell, he only played 40 minutes. I'm pretty sure that he'll be guaranteed to be the number 10 for the Lions. But I think where they've been super impressive is their finishers, the people that have come off the bench and just taken the team to another level. So I think that's the one part that we can't compete with.
What about, you say only 30 minutes, what about Gibson, Park and Russell? Was that a combination that the Aussies might struggle to contain?
I really hope not. I thought Gibson Park probably had a better second half than the first half. The first half, I think the way he plays in Ireland, he controls a lot of their shape, whereas Finn Russell from Scotland loves to get his hands on the ball as often as possible. So I think they've just got to find that balance, and if they do, it's going to be scary for the Wallabies, but I'm hoping we'll be able to contain them.
Matt, I wanted to ask you about your fellow Aussie, David Campese. Last week he said that Itoji, he wasn't captain material. But do you think yesterday that he showed everyone that he is?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I love Campo. He's from the same area here for me in Canberra. But when he speaks, he doesn't speak on behalf of the Australian public. So when he speaks, that's just for Campo. So, no, I mean, you look at how well Mario played yesterday. Led from the front, scoring a try, line-outs, even when they were struggling to find rhythm in the game in that first half, he was still up competing, stealing line-out balls. So, yeah, he's super impressive. And the way he interviews as well, you can just tell how much it means to him and how much respect he's got for the players.
So what about, I think you've got a warm-up, haven't you, against Fiji? Now, that could be a bruising encounter. Is that a good idea before the first test?
I've never had a good experience against the Fijians. Yeah. We've beaten them every time, but after the game, no matter what the score is, it's always pretty brutal on the body. So, yeah, unfortunately this week in the prep, I think Will Skelton, Rob Valentini, they had little calf issues, so they've been ruled out. I'm hoping that they'll be right for the Lions, but yeah, I mean, that's the challenge now. You even talk about Elliot Daly. I thought he's been phenomenal for the Lions, but now it looks like he's got potentially a broken arm. So these injuries can really change the course of the series.
Matt, you heard Jason Robinson then. He said he's looking at a 3-0 win for the Lions. Are we getting too confident over here, do you reckon?
Well, I think the way he said it was he was hoping for a 3-0. So, you know, I don't want to create any sort of headline. Personally, I would love it to go to a decider. 1-1 decider, the third test in Sydney. I think that would be the best outcome for this series and for the travelling fans coming.
Well, the Australians have got a couple of injuries as well. As you say, it could change the game. I tell you what I did laugh about, Matt. At the weekend, typical Australian antics with the stadium announcer calling out the Southern Hemisphere-born Lions players. You just got to shrug your shoulders and laugh at that, surely.
You do, but as an Aussie, you feel embarrassed. Represent us. These people have gone over, they've played however long in that country to earn the right to sing that national anthem, and then they've played well enough for their country to now represent the British and Irish Lions.
Yeah.
We've interviewed Mac Hansen, Schumann, you know, these guys that they're playing for the British and Irish Lions, but they weren't born in those countries, but they're still so proud to represent that jersey and the people, you know, involved in that. So I just think that's stupid. Yeah, it's not needed. Hopefully that's the end of it. But yeah, I agree with you. Just got to shrug your shoulders.
Matt, finally, so all three tests sold out, you think? It'll be full houses?
Yep. Yeah, they were sold out a long time ago, I think. So that's why I would love it to get to a decider. Yeah. It also helps out us when we're chasing the corporate money, so that's why we're going for it.
But there's also talk, you mentioned about the injuries there, that Farrell could come into the side. So father and son, do you think that could happen?
I don't know. That's the first I heard of it waiting to come into this interview. So, I mean, I think Andy obviously knows what Owen can bring. It's not really a like for likeness. I think having Blair Kinghorn come in now, that can play 10, 15, 13, can probably fill more positions like an Elliot Daly. But I just don't know other than his leadership, I'm not sure that they're really lacking in that 10 department. So I don't know, but I think he's a phenomenal player, and if he's brought in, he's going to add value.
Brilliant. Matt, hopefully we'll talk again.
Yes,
thank you.
Matt.
Enjoy the Fiji game, and then, of course, the first test. I look forward to it.
Top man.
Thank you.
Cheers.
There you go, Matt Gitter there.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I love his line about Campo. He says, like, Campo doesn't speak to any, he doesn't speak for any Australians. He's got his own views on things, but he says, I really like him.
Yeah, he's right, though, isn't he? You want it to be 1-1.
Yeah.
Going to the third one, decider.
Well, I don't know.
Excitement,
I'd settle for 2-0, but 2 close games.
Yeah.
I would. Right, it was interesting what you said there as well, Matt, about the announcer. He's an idiot. There you go. Don't forget, talkSPORT is your home of the Lions tour. The British and Irish Lions action continues to come thick and fast. Now they face the New South Warriors. That's on Saturday, of course, exclusively on talkSPORT at 11 a.m, okay? talkSPORT is your home of the Lions for the last 12 years. This year, no different. We're bringing you live and exclusive commentary of all 3 test matches, plus the tour games, and talkSPORT is the only place on national radio where you can follow all of the Lions action. Coming up, we're going to take your calls this morning on Tyson Fury returning to boxing for a 5th time. 03717 223344 is the number, and we want to know, are you bored of Fury quitting boxing only to return? Is Fury versus AJ the only fight that you're interested in? Give us a call. You know the number. 03717 223344 743.
Qatar Airways Lions Tour Roundup on talkSPORT with coverage sponsored by Tanner Man. Understanding the facts about urine leakage can help you manage it better. Find out more at tannerman.co.uk.
Plays that villain role very well now. That's crying out for a little bit more attention. It comes with a lot of crazy people. I took it personally and it kind of made me rebel a bit more. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. I'm never going to change.
minutes to 8 o'clock. talkSPORT Breakfast with Gabby. It's time for some matchmaking.
Stick a load of singles in there and then they fall in love.
Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard.
36-year-old, you'll have the knockers, you will.
Just because it's offering its teat, do I really have to muscle on that?
Is there anything in your personal life that could be causing you stress, sir?
I'm not a great lover.
Hello. Oh. What's your name?
Sarah Louise.
Sarah Louise. Crack, you're up for it, aren't you?
You know, I was in love at the time. That's what I was doing.
At the time?
Okie dokie, and someone who may as well be single as Shabana here, and her husband's headed on a stag. Wow. So, despite today being her birthday as well, happy birthday, Shabana. And she certainly will hope Tinder is not available in Spain. Is it, Gabby? Hola?
Well, we have done our research, and Tinder is the most popular in Marbella.
No, it's not.
I swear to you.
You pulled that one out your backside.
What have we been doing now? We've been doing our research as we do on
What's
each
it called?
topic.
Esca or something?
Uso Tinder on Marbella.
You're absolute
I swear.
wind-ups.
I swear to you.
Jamie has to get approval before he downloads a new app.
Oh, really?
Comes through my password.
What if he's got 2 phones?
I've never seen Jason Bourne when he buys one of them temporary ones, yeah.
Imagine I found a burner.
The phone for the stag do's.
He's always in that Leica shop, Jamie.
Leica shop.
Sorry, Shabbat.
Right, what we got?
Right, I have to ask you to, just for anybody who thinks they've found love on Tinder.
Yep.
When do you know it's love? Like, what for you is the moment you thought, Jill's the one for me?
When I split the bill?
Oh, perhaps a long time ago, Shabana.
But what was the feeling?
What was it like, Al?
You just feel comfortable, you know. This is
like you're on cloud 9.
Someone special.
Oh, what a romantic guy.
How many years are you married again?
40 odd.
Oh, well, how many years?
44, I think. 44, 45, yeah.
What about you, Shabana?
You're
How did
a
you
lucky
feel?
man. What was love? Like the definition of love?
Yeah, what does it feel like?
Like a good decision.
Okay.
And it feels right, and it feels...
What was that? This guy's got a few, they'll get hold of him.
He's got 2 businesses.
Yeah,
get hold of it.
Oh, yeah.
He's got money. Good looking. Deep as a puddle. Oh, yeah, no, I just think... Tell me, you Gabs, like, what's the meaning of love?
Gabby can't make his mind up.
Oh, I know. I think love is like when you feel settled, don't you? And you feel like, you know, that person's
It's the
everything
difference
you need.
between feeling settled and settling.
Yes, totally.
Would you ever advise to settle?
100%.
Well, how come you said to me a few weeks ago at the bar, I'll never get married?
I didn't say that, Alan.
What's your issue with getting married? Like, why not?
I would get married.
No, you're a liar.
I would. This guy.
He says none of my friends are married, and I'm getting married, yeah.
I'll get married one day, definitely.
Hey, by the way, there's a big party on Friday night, you know. Someone's getting married.
You're joking. Who?
Oh, maybe I better be careful what I say.
What does his first name?
Man's got T.
Begins with J.
Warm.
Is this a joke at me?
I think the chunk.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's cute. That's really nice.
Bless him.
Have you just given something away?
He's punching way above his weight, but I think she's got a few goods.
You know what else is good, Al? That like there's someone out there for everyone. You know, someone's taken him. You know.
That's nice.
Are we doing this transfer thing?
Yeah, just last thing. Have you never been on a stag do?
Never been on one, though.
That's crazy. The amount of people who would take you on a stag do.
At times he's been in Vegas. Don't listen to him.
Stag do.
Never been on a stag?
I've never been on a stag do, no. None of my friends have ever been married. Last wedding I've been to was my stepmom and dad's wedding when I was 5. Marcus.
Yeah.
No, don't start. Don't start. Come on, Shaman, move on.
That name is banned
Stop it, you.
from talkSPORT Breakfast. Right,
Quickly.
looking to find love, players looking to match with a new team. Swipe right if you like the idea of it, as you would do on Tinder. Swipe left if you're having none of it. Ollie Watkins to Man. scoring machine, lethal finisher, Premier League playmaker of the season, and Aston Villa's all-time Premier League goal scorer. Heartbreak Gabby Agbonlahor. Would this happen? Man United sniffing around. It's going to cost them about £60 million. Ollie Watkins to Man United, left or right?
Which way's left again?
Left is no.
Left is no?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
swipe
right.
No, it's not.
Right is no.
No, right is when you...
Winding you up.
Oh, phew. I'll swipe left because I look at Ollie Watkins at his age now, 29, nearly 30. If he's leaving Aston Villa, he's going to go and play Champions League football. You know, he's not going to go to and play for a team that are fighting relegation.
But he would be going for a bigger club.
A bigger club, of course, but not a club that are in a better place.
And it's a big earner to move to United.
Well, because that's what they need to do.
He's 29, isn't
They
he?
need
So
to
that
pay
could be
big to get players like
that'd be his biggest transfer if he moves to United.
A lot bigger wages, but I just don't see Watkins.
Not bigger wages. He'll get more wages at United than he would at
That's
Villa.
what it says, yeah.
Yeah,
more wages, yeah. But I don't see that happening.
Who's likely to win a Premier League title first, Villa or Man United?
Villa for sure. So hang on a second, Shaman.
I just think you are disparaging towards Manchester United at the moment.
No, but just because Manchester United have got the history doesn't mean that that's going to make them go and win Premier League titles in the future.
They've got more than history.
That makes them go and win Premier League titles in the future.
I think so. They've got because it's a winning club. I'm not saying that Villa aren't.
But you need a winning players. You need a winning manager.
So I think Ollie Watkins would be in a right place at Man United.
I'm going to swipe left.
Bigger fan base, won more trophies.
By the way, someone said to me yesterday you hate Leeds United. What's that about?
Did they?
Yeah.
No, I love them, mate.
He said, honestly, why does Gabby hate Leeds?
I've got no problem with any club, mate.
Say that.
I've got no problem. But left for me, Ollie Watkins won't go to United.
I'll go right. I think Ollie. I think it's a lot of money for 29. No, because they look after themselves now. He's got another 4 years, hasn't he? I think he can score goals there.
Okay, so
I think
it's
he's
a
a
match.
natural goal scorer.
You've got a match.
Yeah.
Love it. Kara Matoma to Bayern Munich, 28 years old, currently at the seaside, as Brighton's dazzling winger, known for his silky dribbling and his pace and knack for cutting inside. Saudi Pro League, believed to be sniffing around, but reportedly Bayern
That's
are
the boy on the
interested in his way. Matoma, he's at Brighton.
I really rate him.
Costing 50 million plus. But is he worth the money to go to Bayern Munich? Is that a
Yeah, no, he can play there. Don't worry about that. He's direct, gets it, woof, straight at them, right foot, left foot. I like him a lot.
He will start in most Premier League teams as well. I rate him highly. That's definitely... What is it, Al, to swipe what?
You swipe right.
Oh, yeah. He knows his stuff, doesn't he?
Manners.
You've got
You got sneaky Tinder, Al.
44 years married, loves his Tinder.
He knows what way to swipe.
Finally, Callum Wilson to Leeds, 33 years old, so veteran striker, as we know, his contract's expired. It's reported that Newcastle are looking to maybe keep a pay-as-you-play type contract. That's believed to maybe not have worked out, so Leeds are sniffing around.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting. They're looking for experience. He's the man as they start the Premier League campaign. 47 Premier League goals for Newcastle despite injury setbacks.
Yeah, I just feel that the way the game's going, and he has so many injury problems. Last season, missed so much football. Leeds United might look at something, but whatever package he gets at a Premier League club, it's going to be like small wages and big appearance fees.
Okay.
They do that a lot for players that struggle with injury, so I'm sure Callum Wilson. I'll swipe right because Leeds need experience, and even if he gets 15-20 games next season, he'll score goals.
I was thinking left. I think he's better staying where he is.
Even if the offer's not what he agrees to.
Yeah, but he'll still be getting serious money
How
at
often does
Newcastle.
pay-as-you-play still happen? Like, is that
I think it
still quite
happens,
a
and
common
like
thing?
you sometimes you see transfers that that player was on a free transfer, he signed for that club. When they say pay as you play, you don't get zero if you don't play.
Mm-hmm.
Say if Callum Wilson, I don't know, was getting £100,000 a week, he might get £30,000 a week, but £20,000 for every start,
Right.
or £15,000 for coming off the bench more than 30 minutes.
Can money buy love?
Can it all? No.
Marry for money, pay for the rest of your life. Oh, candid from
What
me.
do you mean?
Well, you just pay for it, like, because you didn't marry for the
I
right
feel like
reasons.
love is love. Like, money shouldn't come into it. Do you know what I mean? You love someone because they make you laugh, you feel safe with them, they make you happy.
But what I would say is, it eases pressure if you've got a few quid.
Does it?
Oh, if you're skint and you're having a bad time, it can cause all sorts of problems.
Is that why you go to jail?
I wouldn't say that. No,
Moneybags, Joe Brazil.
No. Well, she's gone off, but I just feel people have a lot of problems and trouble.
Yes.
Through lack of money. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh yeah.
Totally agree, mate.
For sure.
Yeah.
Poor Ollie. Look, he can't get in, can he?
Stop it.
Yeah.
What?
And there's Ed. You know what I mean? It's loser city in there, isn't it? Let's be honest. 2 minutes to 8.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. From excavators to skips or cement mixers to pressure washers, Travis Perkins Hire has all your landscaping needs covered.
Ooh, if looks could kill. Still to come on talkSPORT Breakfast. Here we go. Coming up next, the voice of boxing, Adam Smith, joins us to explain just how excited the sport is about the return, perhaps, of Tyson Fury, or if everyone is fed up with him retiring and unretiring, according to Gabby. And ahead of the British Grand Prix this weekend, McLaren Racing CEO, I like this guy, very media-friendly, Zach Brown, will join us to look ahead to the best weekend of the year in the Formula One world, as McLaren will try to increase their 207-point lead in the Constructors' Championship. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. It's easy to hire at Travis Perkins with a Travis Perkins trade account.
Well, it's looking even Stevens after a topsy-turvy day one at Edgbaston. India were 208 for 3, then 211 for 5, before finishing 310 for 5. Shubman Gill bagged another 100 and Ravindra Jadeja is looking set on 41. Chris Wokes picked up 2 wickets, but it could have been more as a couple of umpires' calls didn't go his way.
You could say that. Yeah, pretty frustrating morning, really. I think they're decisions which can obviously go your way or not. That is the game we play. But yeah, obviously emotions run high when you're desperate to do well for the team, do well for yourself, and it would have been nice, as I said. It's more the fact that you look at it and had those decisions gone away, the day looks completely different. So, but that is Test cricket, and we move on.
Elsewhere, Emma Raducanu says she's feeling very proud after making the 3rd round at Wimbledon. She outclassed the 2023 champion Marketa Vondrousova before booking a blockbuster clash with world #1 Aryna Sabalenka tomorrow. Raducanu called her performance one of the best matches I've played in a long time. With football players reflecting on their performances last season, we're being told referees will be doing exactly the same. Former Premier League official Dermot Gallagher says there's one area in particular where the current crop will want to improve for the next campaign.
Some of the foul challenges that went unpunished for red cards, I think looking at the Tarkowski one was a classic example. I think that was one where you look back and think, well, what did the referee see on the field? What did he not see? What did the VAR not recognise that it wasn't a really, really serious challenge?
And the Lions are awaiting the result of scans following Elliot Daly's arm injury against the Reds yesterday. Owen Farrell is reportedly in line to replace Daly should he be ruled out of the tour. Former Lion Anthony Watson thinks the tourists are strong favourites against the Aussies.
I think it's going to be 3-0. I'll put my hat on it, even after, some negativity around some of the performances so far. They've got so much time.
There's plenty more at talksport.com.
Past 8, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. On the way for you this morning, the CEO of McLaren, Zach Brown, will join us right here in the studios. We find out if Norris and Piastri going head-to-head all season could cost one of them the title. The legend that is David Lloyd, Bumbo, will give us his reaction to England's slow start to Edgbaston, and he'll also stick around to take on Gabby in Simply the Best. Now, though, it's no surprise to anyone that this man will be returning to boxing.
Uppercut from Fury, followed by the left hand, and another right. Down goes the shoulder, and the referee has waved the fight over. Tyson Fury is still the WBC heavyweight champion of the world.
I'm a legend in this game. I'm the best heavyweight it's ever been.
This fight is really for who is the number one of this generation.
This Alex Hoos guy, he needs the legendary Gypsy King.
Still the reigning heavyweight champion of the world, Usyk wins it again.
I'd like to announce my retirement from boxing.
He's retired right now. It will change.
We get Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury next. There is no way in a quadrillion years this boy is going to leave the Anthony Joshua fight.
Usyk, because I want me revenge in England. That's all I want. I want a fair shout. If I don't get that, then it'll be Joshua.
So Tyson will be back with the head of boxing in Saudi posting on Twitter, the Gypsy King will be back. I talked with him and I have his word to him that he will fight in the Riyadh season in 2026. We have a rabbit to hunt. It means Tyson is now retired 5 times and returned to boxing every single time. Gab, you've already stated you're a bit bored of all this, aren't you? You think enough's enough?
Listen, am I excited for Tyson Fury to be back in boxing? Of course, everyone will be. He's a character, but I just don't like the retiring when you know you're not going to retire. You know, you lost twice to the best about now, Usyk, and instead of just saying, you know what, I lost, next fight, who am I going to fight? It's the whole act of retiring when you know that you're not retired, Tyson.
Don't forget, we're taking your calls this morning on Tyson Fury returning to boxing for the 5th time. 03717223344, the number. We want to know, are you bored of Tyson quitting boxing? Or that AJ fight, is that the only one you'd be interested in? Big Tyson fighting AJ. Give us a call. John is now giving his thoughts. Kelvin, the Tottenham fan. Kelvin, a very good morning.
Good morning, Kelvin.
Good morning, guys. Great show as always.
Good man, Kelvin. What do you make of this news?
I'm bored, to be quite frank. I'm with Gabby. I'm sick of hearing Tyson Fury say he's going to retire. But there's one big issue that everybody seems to be missing in all this conversation. This fight is not going to take place in the UK.
Right.
So basically, yeah, it's going to have to be for the money. It's going to be Riyadh season. It's going to be a 250 million fight with 150 for Tyson, 100 for AJ. Yeah. And the only place that can happen is in Riyadh. So really, the British fighting public are not going to get Fury v. Tyson, Fury v. Joshua. What they're going to get is a TV show that includes Fury and Joshua. So all this business about, we could fill Wembley, we could fill Tottenham, etc., is just hype. It's going to be a Saudi fight. And if you want to stay up to watch it, stay up to watch it. I won't.
Kelvin, nice one. I take your point. So Kelvin feels if this fight takes place, it'll be Saudi, not in the UK. Let's get more on this with legendary boxing commentator. A very good morning to Adam Smith. Adam, morning.
Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Very well. Adam, what do you make of this news then? It's not a major shock, is it?
No.
But what sort of fight are we going to get? Will it be AJ or what's your thoughts on it?
It's no shock at all. Tyson was always coming back. I understand what Gabby's saying. The act, the will he, won't he? And look, I think the thing is that Tyson Fury is still needed in boxing. Boxing is flying at the moment on absolute fire. We've got Usyk and Dubois, of course, 2 weeks on Saturday. Next week, a huge weekend in New York with Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, got the Ring Magazine event. It's just flying. There's so much going on, but there's one character that's really missing, and that's Tyson Fury. I saw AJ this week at a Matchroom event. He wants to fight probably the back end of the year. Maybe he'll fight someone like a Deontay Wilder. I thought it would be Dillian White, but of course White's fighting a Talma. Tyson Fury was always going to come back. He'll fight in 2026. He'll fight Anthony Joshua. I understand what Kelvin's saying about the potential of that fight being in Riyadh. I think they might do two. I think they might do one in Riyadh, but I think more likely it'll be at Wembley. I could see AJ fighting back end of the year and Tyson coming back spring, maybe early summer, and it'll be a blockbuster at Wembley, and maybe they'll do a rematch in Riyadh. I think they'll do one in Saudi, but I think they will do one in England. We saw it with AJ and Dubois. They're happy coming over. That sold 96,000. This will do 100,000. Tyson's right within an hour. It's still a huge fight. It's still a fight the British public want to see. It is too late, but it doesn't matter. It sells, and it's huge. And yeah, we need him back.
Adam, do you think then Tyson Fury, would that be nearly 2 years without him fighting if he doesn't fight till next summer? Surely he should have one before, maybe, no?
I don't think so. It's a year and a half. He fought Usyk twice last year. I thought he boxed really well in the second fight against Usyk. He thinks he won. He didn't. Usyk won the fight, but I thought that Tyson's performance was really good, and I'm surprised he's so angry about that. I thought he'd sort of accept it more. That the first fight was really close. The second fight, I thought Usyk won and won down the stretch, and I thought Tyson would put his hands up and say he got beaten by the better guy. I think he did at first, but he seems to have got it in his head that he won the fight. He was really good. He performed well in it and well enough to fight again. The fight that people want to see is the Joshua fight. Yes. And I think he goes straight into it. Maybe May next year. I think AJ has been out longer since September last year. He's also coming off the crushing defeat to Daniel Dubois. So I think AJ needs a fight before the Fury fight, but I think Tyson can go straight into it.
Adam, just a quick one on the young boy Moses. What's his future fight coming up? Because he's explosive. He is different class.
think he is different class, Alan. I think you're right. I think he's the heir apparent. I think he's absolutely sensational. Everything I've seen about Moses as he's come through the amateurs, he's won every single unpaid fight, every single one so far as a pro. Yes, he's not been tested at top level. Yes, he has got the fight with Dillian White, and Dillian is, as we know, an old warrior, and he's got a big left hook, and if he gets into it, he could become really problematic. But the likelihood is that Moses will be too quick and too good and too fast early. I think he's brilliant. I think he's got everything. He's a southpaw. He's got brilliant timing, great movement. He's got thunderous power. And the best thing is, Alan and Gabby, is that other fighters rate him really highly. Yeah. You talk to AJ, you talk to Fury, you talk to Joe Joyce, Lawrence Sicoli, everyone that sparred with him, and they think Moses Atalma is going to the very top. I was with Johnny Fisher the other day, and he's like, Moses Atalma is different gravy.
I agree. It's really exciting. Have you seen him, Gab?
Oh, yeah.
He is lightning fast.
So do you think he beats Dillian White, Adam?
I think it's likely. I think if Dillian gets into the fight, he's got huge experience and he's always got power, so he'll be dangerous, yes. Dillian, and he'll want it badly. But I think he didn't look that good in his last fight. He wasn't that quick, Dillian. I think Moses, it's about timing, this sport, levels and timing. I think once upon a time, Dillian White would have given a real run for his money, but I think this is probably great matchmaking. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I think Dillian White, as I said, if he gets into it, it could be very interesting, because Moses, we don't know what he's like in a tough battle yet. Yeah. But the likelihood is, the way that he's dismantling people, I think Moses has got to be favourite to win, and win in style.
Look forward to Adam. Yes, thank you. Adam Smith there, the voice of boxing. Right. Now, by the way, right now, over on the Chris Evans show on Virgin Radio, they're joined by the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, and we'll tell him next exactly what I want to happen. You're winding me up here. What I want to happen to cyclists, so stay tuned for that. No.
plays that villain role very well now. That's crying out for a little bit more attention. It comes with a lot of crazy people. I took it personally and it kind of made me rebel a bit more. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. I'm never going to change.
Right. 8:20, right, here we go. A bit of Bicycle with Queen there, which, why are we playing this? Because we spotted a story in the papers this morning about those pesky cyclists. More than half the way of this. Listen, I've not read it, I'm just giving you the report. More than a half of them in London routinely jump red lights despite it being illegal. A study a single traffic light pedestrian crossing in the capital last year also found 84 line bike cyclists running a red light in the space of 1 hour. 84 of them. And there was a lot of commuters who cycle twice a day. Gab, you don't drive in London, but you're in a cab a lot and going to the state train stations.
Yes.
It's just getting too much now.
Do you know what frustrates me about some of them, not all of them, is that they're too far over. So they're causing traffic. Like, move over to where you're meant to be. Do you know what I mean?
But they'll say they're staying away from the potholes.
Honestly. But,
it's an attitude problem now.
Of course. But even when I'm in Birmingham and you see them riding their bicycles, you're like, come on. You're going at like 2 miles an hour. Come on, give it a bit more because you're holding up traffic. Because you can't overtake. If you do, you got a potential crash on your hands against a car coming the other way. So come on, go a bit faster.
And did you have any at the weekend in the lanes out where you live in Solihull?
Oh yeah, all the time.
The cycle clubs.
The time.
And by the way, they think they own the road.
Of course they do. You can't get past
3
them.
abreast.
They're not in
and
single.
And they sneer at you as you go past them.
But they're not in single file. They're covering the whole lane. The whole lane.
But that's disturbing news, that is, when you read the stats. That's terrible.
They need to be getting points, mate. Fines.
Anyway, don't get me going. Time now for the latest odds, and this man loves his bike. It's Coral and it's John Hill.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral, celebrating 50 years of the Coral Eclipse. Oh, that's golden. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Please don't tell me you got on your bike, John.
I certainly know, and I share your frustrations there. They frustrate me, running red lights.
Shocking.
What else do they do? Yeah, those line bikes as well. They just leave them anywhere, don't they?
It's terrible.
Where they leave them, you can't move for them around where I live. So, no, I can't be having them, I have to say.
So who's the cyclist at Coral? Is it Simon Clare?
I'm not sure he's been on a bike for a long time, Simon Clare, but I don't see Steve getting on a bike anytime soon either. So, no, we're not cyclists here at Coral.
Right, where do we start? Can we start with the cricket, England-India?
Yeah.
How do we price this one?
Well, fascinating first day, Al, really. I didn't look at the odds this morning. I thought, who's just ahead? I thought maybe England, the way they got themselves into this Test match again, but it's India who are favourites now. 5-4 India, England 6-4. The draw 100-30. 310 runs on the board for India, 5 wickets for England. Who do you think would have been the happier yesterday, Al?
I don't know, to be honest, Sean, but I do know India's record. Edgbaston is not good.
Oh, it's abysmal.
You definitely make them 5-4 favourites.
Yeah, well, they've lost 7 of the last 8. I think that century from the captain, Shubman Gill, was crucial yesterday. But the thing is about England, Al, they'll chase anything. They do not care. Yesterday, they won the toss. Ben Stokes said, we'll have a bowl. How many England captains over the years would have seen the sunshine, nice wicket to bat on, would have had a ball, but they're just so confident chasing down anything. And, they'll try and get those 5 wickets today. Anything under 450, probably they'll be happy with that, and they'll get in themselves, and they'll be scoring at a decent run rate, won't they?
What about John? What about Wimbledon? The big games at Wimbledon today. How do we price them up?
Well, it's been a good start for the British players, isn't it, so far? Great for Raducanu prevailing yesterday.
Cameron Norrie, brilliant.
Cameron Norrie, another big win. Who have we got today? Just looking, Draper's in action. Evans is in action. He's done well as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
For a player who's dropped outside the top 100, he'll take on Novak Djokovic today. That's not going to be easy for Dan Evans, but good luck to him there. He's 12-1 to cause an upset. Draper, he takes on Cilic. He's 1-8 to prevail today. And Yannick Sinner, the world number 1, Yannick Sinner, as well. He's 1-8, so very short. There's been a lot of upsets, hasn't there, this week? I don't know if the weather's had an impact. It's been very hot at Wimbledon, but a lot of the top seeds falling. So will there be a few upsets today? In terms of the outright betting in the men's outright, Alcaraz, the defending champions, the 11-10 favourite. Sinner, 13-8, and Djokovic 11-2 to roll back the years and add another Wimbledon success. Could he add another one out?
Yeah, they could do. What about that? He could do.
I can't look past Alcaraz, mate.
Yeah, but Djokovic, I would not write him off, and that's the value bet.
Yeah.
John, what about... Now, it looks like we're going to talk to Zach Brown from McLaren a little bit later in the studio. And it looks as if there's going to be some rain over the weekend, which, of course, will affect the Grand Prix and it'll also affect the Eclipse.
It will do, yeah. We'll start with both big races out there. Start with the British Grand Prix for Gabby. Lando Norris, 6-4 favourite to prevail in his home Grand Prix. Are we going to see a British winner this weekend, Gabby?
I hope so. And we're going to speak to Zach later on. But McLaren haven't won the British Grand Prix since 2008. That was Lewis Hamilton.
Is that right?
So,
wow,
that's a long that'll be big for McLaren, won't it, as well, to win that. So I fancy Norris, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. And then at sundown, the Coral Eclipse ombudsman for John and Fady Gosden and the Godolphin team. He was so impressive, wasn't he, this horse in the Prince of Wales at Royal Ascot. He's 6-5 favourite now for the Coral Eclipse. Solzy, the French trader.
I'd listen, if I'm going to have a bet, I don't like backing against good favourites, but the French horse definitely interests me.
Well, he's won 2 Group 1s already this season, 9-2. I think he's a bit of value. My one concern, Al, about ombudsman, so impressive at Ascot. It's a short window, isn't it, to get him ready for that and then get him ready for the Coral Eclipse. So that'd be my concern. You can never forget Aidan O'Brien. He's got 2 big raiders. Dalacroix, 6-1. He was the Derby favourite going into the race at Epsom. And then the Puy Jockey Club winner, Camille Pizarro, he's 7-1. He was a winner of the French Derby at Chantilly. So, look, we're set for a cracking day, aren't we? 50 years that Coral have sponsored this great race. Yes, I'll be headed down to Isha Saturday morning from Waterloo, so looking forward to that. And we'll be celebrating, as I say, 50-year sponsorship. Brilliant for Coral to sponsor this race for so long. And Simon Clare always says it's the longest group sponsorship anywhere in the world, so we're very proud of it here.
And it's where the older horses meet the young generation.
It is, yes, which is always fascinating. They get a few pounds in weight, the younger horses, but it's that first big test against the older horses, so it's always interesting.
Brilliant.
Can I ask you quickly, the Women's Euros, can I have the favourites and also tonight's game against Spain versus Portugal? That's a big one.
You can, yes, you can. Yes, Spain are favourites to lift the trophy. They're 13-8 to prevail, but England, defending champions, 4-1. If you fancy England to prevail again. And then tonight's game, is it Spain-Portugal?
Yes, 8
Spain, 1-12 favourites, very short Spain. In that game, Portugal 28-1, and then a little bit earlier, Italy 7-10 favourites to beat Belgium tonight. So yeah, looking forward to those 2 games. Gabby?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
John, nice one. Have a good day and enjoy the Eclipse down at beautiful Sandown. Thank you.
Cheers, boys.
That is a great race, by the way, the Eclipse. Some great horses down the years have won that.
You know, when you speak to John, then you said, "If I have a bet." I mean, when you have a bet.
No, not if. I missed one the other day, one of ours, our studs. Absolutely bolted up 6-1.
How can you miss?
I fell asleep in the garden.
In the heat?
Yeah, in the heat.
Yeah, it's very tiring, the heat, mate.
A couple of glasses of Pimm's might have helped me on the way, but I woke up and I looked at my phone and went, oh no.
Oh no, why didn't I put it on?
No, I forgot about it, and everyone was saying, what a win, what a win. I'm like, I don't believe it, honestly.
I've been there, mate.
Right, 8:27.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. Celebrating 50 years of the Coral Eclipse. Oh, that's golden. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Well, it's looking even Stevens after a topsy-turvy day one at Edgbaston. India were 208 for 3, then 211 for 5, before finishing 310 for 5. Shubman Gill bagged another 100 and Ravindra Jadeja is looking set on 41. Chris Wokes picked up 2 wickets, but it could have been more as a couple of umpires' calls didn't go his way.
You could say that. Yeah, pretty frustrating morning, really. I think they're decisions which can obviously go your way or not. That is the game we play. But yeah, obviously emotions run high when you're desperate to do well for the team, do well for yourself.
Elsewhere, Emma Raducanu says she's feeling very proud after making the 3rd round at Wimbledon. She outclassed the 2023 champion Marketa Vondrousova before booking a blockbuster clash with world #1 Aryna Sabalenka tomorrow. Raducanu called her performance one of the best matches I've played in a long time. With football players reflecting on their performances last season, we're being told referees will be doing exactly the same. Former Premier League official Dermot Gallagher says there's one area in particular where the current crop will want to improve for the next campaign.
Some of the foul challenges that went unpunished for red cards, I think looking at the Tarkowski one was a classic example.
There's plenty more at talksport.com.
Okay, 8:33, talkSPORT Breakfast with the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Gabby's alongside me now. Today's talkSPORT Daily Podcast is up and ready to listen on the talkSPORT app or wherever you get your podcasts, and today's edition is a Thomas Frank special. Have a listen now as Andy Goldstein and Jason Cundy discuss whether the Dane has big shoes to fill in replacing Europa League winner Ange Postecoglou.
Is it a step up from Ange? Is Frankie a step up?
17th in the league, mate.
I know, but he won a trophy. Okay, answer me this.
Go on.
No trophy in 10th. Is that a step up for Frank?
No, it's not.
9th?
No.
7th? European football?
Yes, that's a step up.
7th?
Yes.
And no trophy's better than 17th?
Yeah, but you can't paper over the crack, Stinks. You can't keep doing that. He got out of jail. He'll be still in jail now, Big Ange. 17th.
Still in jail?
Well, Amron is. He finished one place above him. Yeah. He's in jail at the minute. He's in big trouble, that boy.
In jail?
He is a little bit.
No, mate, no.
Mate, honestly.
He's on day release.
He's coming out of work every couple of days.
Gab, would you be worried at Frank's lack of European experience for Spurs in the Champions League next season?
No. I look at him as a manager, very switched on. The way he can change his tactics during games as well and for different games, I think he'll be fine. But what he does need, he needs players in and players out.
He might need a bit of luck in this game against, this is the UEFA Super Cup on 13th of August against PSG.
I know, all the best in that. But Al, they need players in. You know, I think they're interested in Bumo. That's not going to work. There was talk about Eze. Looks like Arsenal are front runners for that. There's talk about Kudus, and they don't do business very often, do they? Spurs and West Ham. So I'm sure West Ham aren't going to accept anything less than 60, 70 million. So
what are West Ham going to do this year?
I know. If they're selling Kudus, they must have big plans for who they're bringing in themselves. But Spurs need some really big signings to come in because the Champions League, Al, we saw it last year. Yes, it suits teams like maybe Spurs, Villa, Celtic, but they're going to have to strengthen for sure.
John Andy and Jason Cundy, as the boys gather around the crystal ball and try to predict what the future holds for Thomas Frank. Download the free talkSPORT app and you can access all our podcasts. The wait is finally over as the reunion of the century starts this weekend. We're giving you a chance to win a pair of brilliant Oasis tickets in Manchester. The date, July 19. Yeah, you heard that right. Oasis Live 25 is sold out, but talkSPORT can get you in. That's not all. Alongside the tickets, we'll put you up for a night in a hotel. Put $5,000 in your back pocket. Lovely. Completely tax-free. Listen up right now for everything you need to know and how to enter.
On iArcade, you have to be over 18 to enter in the UK, excluding Northern Ireland, for the chance to win a pair of tickets to the most electrifying rock and roll reunion of the century, a hotel stay and $5,000 spending money. Text the word Oasis to 83338 by Monday the 7th of July at 11 p.m. and you'll be entered into the draw to go supersonic this summer. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission or post your name and number to Oasis Prize Draw, PO Box 3190, Colchester, CO2 HEP, to arrive by 5 p.m. on the 10th of July. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. Good luck, yeah? Sorted.
Right, there you go. Have a go at that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Would this be the biggest reunion in music history, Gabby, for you or not?
Yes. I think there's going to be a lot of fans looking forward to it, Al. I know you are, aren't you? You're a big Oasis fan, is that right?
I'm a big fan.
Have you got a ticket?
I have got a ticket.
Oh, you go in? Lovely.
I've got 2 tickets.
Okay. You taking Jill?
Perhaps.
Well, I'm seeing a change with you, Al, because I've just noticed your WhatsApp profile picture is you and the wife. I like that, mate. I like that. Very.
I never put it on there.
Pardon?
I never put it on there.
You didn't put your own profile picture
No.
up? Who's done it then?
Well, must have been Michelle, my daughter.
So your daughter's put one of you and your missus?
Oh, they do everything. I can't get into my television and all sorts. What's your password? They've got them all.
But I'm giving you I'm giving you some plaudits there for putting your profile picture.
Thank you, Gab.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
mate, yeah.
It's news to me.
I think it's nice, mate.
Where's yours then?
Yeah, mine's on there.
Let's look ahead. Oh no, what about Glastonbury? Did you watch much of it?
No, I didn't, mate. No, I've seen clips of Rod Stewart though. He was on form, wasn't he?
I thought him and Ronnie Wood were great to see each other.
Yes.
You know, they're both getting old now, but they were both loving it.
Still the show, doesn't he? Wherever he goes, Rod.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I thought Chic were good now, Rogers. I thought they were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The whole place was rocking. But Rod, for someone of that age,
still be doing it.
Magic,
crazy,
absolutely magic.
Was the weather good for it?
Yeah,
all the way through. Yeah, no problem.
Beautiful.
Good.
Right, let's look ahead to the next hour of the show with Benchmark.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmark's Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmark's.
Life in the fast lane, surely make you lose your mind.
Life in the fast lane. Now, Bumble is struggling to get his phone working, of course, so Rupert Bell has been put on standby. He's now going to take on Gabby in the quiz.
Rupert, he'll know every question off by heart, won't he?
No, he won't. I think it's a big result.
Really?
I think Bumble would have wiped the floor with you, but I'm not sure about Rupert.
Rupert looks like he knows everything now. Private school.
He looks as if he does, but
boarding schooled a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't. Ahead of the British Grand Prix this weekend, McLaren Racing CEO Zach Brown will join us to look ahead to the best weekend of the year in the Formula One world, as McLaren will try to increase their 207-point lead in the Constructors' Championship. Plus, we want to hear from you this morning. Villa haven't won a single trophy since 1996, but finished above Man United for the past 2 seasons. Gabby has claimed that Ollie Watkins moving to United will be a step backwards. So do you agree, United fans? Surely not.
Football reasons.
03717 223344. Give us a call. Gabby, do you think Villa have a better chance of winning the league than United right now?
Right now, 100%. Where the Aston Villa squad is based now. Are Manchester United a bigger club? Yes, they are. I'm not stupid. I know they're a bigger club. Fan base, what they've won, of course. But where that squad is now, they've only brought in Cunha. And Mbumo deal's been a month, still not over the line. They've got a lot of work to be done on that squad of players to get above Aston Villa at the moment.
No,
it's fair.
Well, no, United will improve. There's no doubt about it. Tottenham will improve. United will improve, but will they get above Villa? I don't. It might take a couple of seasons.
Agreed.
That was our breakfast preview with Benchmark.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmark's Kitchens and Joinery. All our Benchmark's kitchen doors come with a 5-year guarantee. Terms and conditions apply.
plays that villain role very well now. That's crying out for a little bit more attention. It comes with a lot of crazy people. I took it personally and it kind of made me rebel a bit more. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. I'm never going to change.
To 9, talkSPORT Breakfast with Gabby. Some of the headlines you're waking up to. Manchester United reportedly handed wonder kid JJ Gabriel a unique squad number.
Good name.
He's just 14 and has been dubbed as Kid Messi. What about that? Was pictured the number 95 shirt, the highest United squad number in history. England were held up by India captain Shubman Gill's century at Edgbaston as the tourists finished 310 for 5 on day one. And reports this morning suggest that former England and Saudis number 10 Owen Farrell could be called up to play under his dad for the Lions, exclusively on talkSPORT, of course. Our man down under, Alfie Reynolds, has the very latest. Alfie.
If the reports are true, then Owen Farrell's call-up is one of the most extraordinary in the history of the British and Irish Lions. Not only does he play a different position to that of Elliot Daly, who we expect to be ruled out of the tour due to injury, but Farrell's form and fitness has plagued him all season in France, meaning he ended his contract early and is now back with Saracens. But what he does bring is vast experience, something the Lions are losing with Daly's departure. He's been on the 3 previous tours in 2013, 17 and 21, and now gets his opportunity again in the famous red jersey, 12 years on from touring Australia as a 21-year-old.
Thank you, Alfie. The British and Irish Lions action continues to come thick and fast. They face the New South Wales Waratahs on Saturday exclusively on talkSPORT at 11 a.m. Don't forget, talkSPORT has been your home of the Lions for the last 12 years. This year is no different. We'll be bringing you live exclusive commentary of all 3 test matches plus the tour games, and talkSPORT is the only place on national radio where you can follow all of the Lions action. Right, we're going to do the quiz in just a moment, but first, Rupert Ding Dong Bell is down at SW19. Rupert, morning.
Good morning, Rupert.
Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Alan.
Now, this is your cup of tea. This is Wimbledon, Rupert.
It is definitely my cup of tea. I've had a lovely time and watched some good matches. I did watch Katie Boulter yesterday, which was very depressing. That was, she just never turned up. 15 double faults. Crowd was sort of stunned into silence. But there were some great other performances. Cameron Norrie, great to see him come back. Obviously, Emma Raducanu, that was terrific, putting out a former champion. So that was good news. And obviously, today, hopefully, Jack Draper will continue on his merry way. So it's all been fun. And I tell you what, that Ollie Traver, he played so well yesterday against Alcaraz. The fact is, he was never going to win. But the way Alcaraz reacted afterwards and said, "You've got what it takes," I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of him. So it's been a great week.
Rupert, how have you coped with the weather? Because I know you like to dress so smart on these occasions, like at Ascot. Have you coped with it, mate?
Well, luckily enough, I go into air-conditioned commentary booths.
Oh, really?
But I've got my shorts on. I've got my knobbly knees out, Gabby. So if
I
that's
don't want
all
to
right.
picture that, Rupert, to be honest.
Yeah, they're worse than Alan's. Anyway, so it actually has been very sweaty down here.
Yes.
But no, as everybody, but actually for the spectators, you've got to admire their resistance, because if you imagine you're sitting in number 1 court or centre court or any of the outside courts, it's a cauldron. But luckily, it was a bit cooler.
But a nice jug of ice cold Pimm's between your ankles is okay, Rupert.
Yeah, but you might need to take a mortgage out to pay for it. But
Here's the biggest landowner in Worcestershire. Unbelievable.
Yeah, get it right. It's Warwickshire.
Warwickshire, right? Because we've got Worcestershire, Gloucestershire, and Warwickshire all together, haven't we?
Yeah. Just where I live, it's a sort of they all three come together. But
that's how big
anyway.
the acres are. Okay, we get it, Rupert.
Yeah. Most of the count. No. In my dreams.
Rupert, just a quick one before we do the quiz. The eclipse looks some race, doesn't it? We don't know what the weather's going to bring us. We might get one or two pull out. We hope not. It's a great race.
Oh, absolutely. Longest sponsorship. I must thank our friends at Coral. My wife just told me that a bottle of champagne has appeared in celebrating their 50 years of sponsorship. So
what?
Did you not get one, Alan?
No, I'm getting left out. I'm getting left out of everything at the moment.
Oh well, part timer. But Coral not sent you anything.
I don't know. I'm in London, innit? I don't know.
Oh, well, Mrs. Bell rang me up. We occasionally have a conversation and said a nice bottle of champagne has arrived for you in celebration of the eclipse.
Has she had
Sadly,
it?
because she may have done. I don't know. But the problem is I have not been to the eclipse because it always clashes with Wimbledon. For God knows when I last went, but I always keep an eye out.
Problem
for it.
is, Rupert, you got a nice magnum of English sparkling, whereas Ollie got a magnum of Cristal.
Lovely. Cristal, that's Gabby's territory, isn't it? Cristal, isn't it? It's not very, you go to a nightclub, Gabby, and you'd be ordering 10 bottles of Cristal, wouldn't you, when you were going to a Birmingham nightclub? Cristal for everybody.
I don't go to nightclubs, Rupert.
Back in the day, Gabby, you might have done.
Let's not look back, let's look forward, Rupert.
Okay.
Right, here we go. It's time now. It's 8:50, so it's time now for the best quiz on radio.
Let's have it, Rupert.
With the most biased Blue Nose name, simply the best. Today, Gabby takes on the poshest man on radio, Rupert Ding Dong Bell. So we'll have 3 rounds. And if you get a question right, Rupert, you'll hear this sound.
One touch, get out his feet, boff.
It's highly unlikely, Rupert, but that's what you hear. If you get one wrong, you'll probably hear this. Right, here we go. Are you ready? What are you doing with your phone? Doing with your phone?
Sorry, mate. Just
put your phone down.
Just checking the answers. One sec.
No, put your phone down. That's diabolical.
And you, Rupert. Phone down, mate.
Right, round 1. Both of you have them, so I'm asking you both a question based on your nickname, right? Okay. First, Gabby, you were effectively... Oh, this is shocking. You were effectively nicknamed Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run! By Aston Villa fans for your electric speed, unique running style. There you go. And in more recent times, this.
My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
So the question is to you, Gabby, which sport did Forrest Gump become exceptionally good at?
Was it baseball?
Baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Gab. Do you not remember the movie?
Come on, Gabby.
I do, but I thought it was baseball.
Ping pong, you numpty. Remember when he was in hospital?
No, mate, no.
Oh, dear. Rupert.
Bad start.
Rupert knew it as well. He was shaking his head laughing. You're known as the poshest man on radio, Rupert, so let's test your Spice Girls knowledge. There's 5 of them, with one of them being Posh Spice. Who's the other 4?
Ginger, Sporty, Baby.
Not going to get names.
No, that's
Jerry Spice. Posh Spice.
Nope, sorry.
No, we're done.
Spice.
Ginger.
I'll give you 3 seconds.
Sporty.
It was
Baby Spice.
It was scary.
Scary Spice. Come on, Rupert.
Round 2, spelling bee. Going head-to-head this morning's a man who uses words in the English dictionary that no one has ever heard of, Rupert. And someone who still struggles with some of the simplest words, Gabby. So it's time now for a spelling bee. Right. Rupert, metamorphosis is a convoluted 13-letter word for change, but how do you spell it, Rupert?
Metamorphis.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going really well.
Metamorphosis. SIS.
I'm sorry, too late. SIS is a racing channel.
All that private school,
so you're not
wasted, Rupert.
Gabby, a nice simple word for you, something that is used to mop up when you spill your dinner everywhere. I want you to spell handkerchief.
God's sake. God's sake.
Come on.
This is one of them tricky ones. You know what you're doing.
Come on.
Ed?
Come on, Ed, don't you dare.
H-A-N.
Yeah.
K.
Handkerchief. Crikey, honestly. It's like, this one's for Gabby. Back to Gabby. It's not only Shaban's birthday, because Tom Cruise also turned 63 today. Yes. In fact, the great man spoke to talkSPORT as recently as 2023. Here's what happened.
This is one of the last films, but I think there's one more Mission Impossible for you. Now, you're in incredible shape at the age of 60. We're gonna have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah. This is our breakfast presenter, Alan Brazil. Excellent. Not in the best shape, is he? Yeah. Could you whip him into shape, or is it Mission Impossible?
Oh, we could do that. We fix him up in a couple of weeks. We'll fix you up, Alan.
Top man, Tom. I don't need fixing up, pal. Don't worry. I can jump out of planes. Right, here we go. This one is for Gabby.
Yes.
Cruz Campo. Do you know what that is? Cruz Campo?
No.
It's a Spanish lager.
Okay.
From a city in Spain, Seville. But which fruit is Seville famous for?
What are these questions?
Oh, come on, Gab. That's simple.
No, I know. I'm going to have a silly guess.
Seville.
What are you saying? Apples?
Come on, hurry up.
Oranges. I don't know.
Oranges is correct.
Is it?
It's correct. Yes, Rupert. Now you need this, Rupert. We're talking about everyone's favourite Aussie, Kylie. Let's hear her.
It's in your eyes. I can tell what you're thinking. My heart is thinking too.
So Australia pop princess Kylie Minogue received an OBE on this day in 2008 for services to music. My claim to fame is she took my picture with her manager.
Well done, mate.
Right. 2008 for services to music from the Prince of Wales at Buckingham Palace. So, Rupert, naturally, I want to know which reality show her namesake Kylie Jenner made her name in. Right? Keeping up with the what?
Kardashians.
Kardashians is correct.
That bit of you, Rupert?
Yeah,
I've never watched. Well, you gave me a clue with keeping up with, but I haven't watched a single episode.
Yeah, I bet you haven't.
Right, tiebreaker. Gabby, you're first.
What him?
Right, so let's pick a number. Wimbledon is, of course, ongoing in SW19. So I want to know what is the capacity of centre court?
Centre court. I'm going to go with.
I have to hurry you.
7,000?
Not bad, Rupert. 7,000 at centre court.
I think it's maybe around about 14,000.
14,000. Gabby, you've come second again.
What is it?
The capacity of centre court is 14,979. Rupert Bell, you are our winner.
About a guy that goes to Wimbledon every year.
I didn't pick the questions. I didn't pick the questions. Rupert, is that a champagne breakfast now before you toodle off to the centre court?
Well, yes, I think it might be absolutely perfect. Thank you. No, first time I've ever won anything, I think, in my life. So, Gabby, you've helped me win something. You've given me a positive start today. So, thank you for your incompetence, Gabby.
I love how they've mentioned you on here as well. Rupert Bell, the posh sport correspondent.
Well,
do you like that, Rupert?
I'd take it. I'm I'll take anything, basically. And sorry, Alan, you didn't get a glass of a bottle of champagne from our friends at Coral.
Rupert, put it this way, Rupert. If you've got a bottle, I have a case.
Okay.
Tell you what about that.
See you at Goodwood.
I look forward to
Top
it.
man, Rupert.
Thank you,
Enjoy,
Rupert.
mate.
Enjoy Wimbledon. Thank you. So, Rupert does Gabby. Oh, dear.
That was an easy question for him, though. Keeping up with the Kardashians.
No, and
Come
then
on.
also the Wimbledon one.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, don't worry about it, Gab.
Right, mate.
Right, we're going to talk. We've lots to come in the final hour. We've got a great guest as well. We're going to talk Formula One.
Well, it's looking even Stevens after a topsy-turvy day one at Edgbaston. India were 208 for 3, then 211 for 5 before finishing 310 for 5. Shubman Gill bagged another 100 and Ravindra Jadeja is looking set on 41. Chris Wokes picked up 2 wickets, but it could have been more as a couple of umpires' calls didn't go his way.
You could say that. Yeah, pretty frustrating morning, really. I think they're decisions which can obviously go your way or not. That is the game we play. But yeah, obviously emotions run high when you're desperate to do well for the team, do well for yourself, and it would have been nice. As I said, it's more the fact that you look at it and had those decisions gone away, the day looks completely different. So, but that is Test cricket, and we move on.
Elsewhere, Emma Raducanu says she's feeling very proud after making the 3rd round at Wimbledon. She outclassed the 2023 champion Marketa Vondrousova before booking a blockbuster clash with world #1 Aryna Sabalenka tomorrow. Raducanu called her performance one of the best matches I've played in a long time. With football players reflecting on their performances last season, we're being told referees will be doing exactly the same. Former Premier League official Dermot Gallagher says there's one area in particular where the current crop will want to improve for the next campaign.
Some of the foul challenges that went unpunished for red cards, I think looking at the Tarkowski one was a classic example. I think that was one where you look back and think, well, what did the referee see on the field? What did he not see? What did the VAR not recognise that it wasn't a really, really serious challenge?
And the Lions are awaiting the result of scans following Elliot Daly's arm injury against the Reds yesterday. Owen Farrell is reportedly in line to replace Daly should he be ruled out of the tour. Former Lion Anthony Watson thinks the tourists are strong favourites against the Aussies.
I think it's going to be 3-0. I'll put my hat on it, even after, some negativity around some of the performances so far. They've got so much time.
There's plenty more at talksport.com.
9:20, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Gabby alongside me now. It's certainly safe to say United are a complete mess. A record-breaking season for all the wrong reasons, finishing 15th, even lost a final to Spurs. But despite all the madness at Old Trafford and no European football, is United still an attractive prospect, or would it be a step back from a club like the Villa?
Lovely little turn. Cucurella in there! Powers home a header. It means that Manchester United will finish lower than in any other season since they were relegated 51 years ago.
We are being the worst team, maybe, in history of Manchester United.
I think you can say this is the worst team in their Premier League history.
To a man, they're just rubbish. This is the worst Manchester United team in a generation.
I would say it's probably the fleekiest team in Manchester United's history.
This is the worst they've been in nearly 45 years. Laid out towards the left, ball in towards the near post, and he's in! Spurs lead through Brennan Johnson. It's glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. The Europa League is theirs. Manchester United will feel aggrieved. They'll feel that they've hardly turned up. Manchester United were Bilbao Bobbins here tonight.
We understand that it's tough for a club like ours not to be in the Champions League. I have nothing to show to our fans.
Yes, reports have suggested that Ollie Watkins might be on the move. From United interested, Ellen the show, our very own Gabby, claimed it would be a step back for Ollie to move to United from Villa. Let's hear what United fan Andrew had to say on that.
What? I'm just doing a joke on my coffee. You've just said that going to Manchester United is a step backwards from Aston Villa. What are you on?
Is it not from last season's results?
Have you been on nights? Have you been on night shift?
So where did Manchester United finish last season?
He needs a summer. He needs to build it at Manchester United where they need to be, and I have total confidence that he will do that. But there will never be a day, Gabby, where Aston Villa is a step backwards from Manchester United. You must have been on nights last night. Were you on the sports bar? Have you been to bed?
United fans, Villa fans, give us a call, 03717 223344. Tell us what you think. Is United really a step back from Villa? Let us know. Stuart's a Villa fan, and it's a very good morning. Stuart, morning.
Good morning, Stuart.
Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Gabby. How are you?
Morning,
all right?
mate.
All good, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely agree with Gabby on this one. It's a step back in playing performance. I think Manchester United itself is a 3-year project before they even get close to Champions League, winning the Premier League. I just think it'd be a step back for not only Ollie himself, I think it'd be a step back for Aston Villa selling Ollie Watkins to someone like Manchester United.
What did he make, Stuart, though, with Rashford, Marcus coming and getting an odd over Ollie, and yet he was on loan, and the manager picks Marcus instead of Ollie? That must have put his, he must have had the right hump there.
Yeah, going back to the beginning of the season, Ollie was actually doing interviews saying that his England international duty had kind of waylaid him a little bit, and he was struggling for fitness at the beginning, which I think, beginning of the season, that's why Duran was getting so many minutes. He was coming on after about that 60th minute. Watkins was being taken off. And then Ollie, obviously, he got injured. Duran come in and took his chance, got sent off, and Ollie's back in. I didn't get the drop in Watkins for Rashford all the time. I thought Rashford might have done a better job on the left with Watkins down the middle. Rashford was supplying Asensio quite well, and Rodgers and Watkins were meeting up. So I never really understand why them four never really ever played together.
I think he's sure. Sorry, I was going to say, Stuart, I think he's got some making up to do, the manager, for Watkins, because even when Duran did come in, he was dropped for the big games, and he's come out and said it as well, hasn't he? Watkins. He got Aston Villa to the Champions League and then missed out on the bigger Champions League games. But I'm with you. I would keep Watkins at all costs.
Right, okay.
All costs. And you've got people like Arsenal sniffing around for a striker. We all know Ollie's thing. £60 million for a 29-year-old striker that's probably got 2-3 years left.
Exactly.
It's good money. But as you said, it's a step back for Aston Villa itself.
Nice one, Stuart. Thank you. What about Manchester United perspective? Let's speak to Jonathan, a United fan. Morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, John.
Morning, boys. How you doing?
Not heard from you for a while, Jonathan. You okay?
Yeah, very sunny in Old Liège today, Alan.
Lovely,
nice
lovely.
All looking good.
I think you asked the wrong question. The question should have been, how far has Manchester United slipped if we're looking to buy Ollie Watkins? Right, that's the question. Listen, I love you, Gabby, but you're just so bitter, mate. You've got to, chill out a bit or play a bit more golf.
John, can I ask you a question then, Jonathan? What I'm saying is, I'm not talking about in 3-4 years. I'm talking about right now, next season, and where Aston Villa squad is compared to Manchester United. I'm saying a step backwards. Obviously, club size, Manchester United are a lot bigger than Aston Villa.
How many trophies have you won in the last 3 years?
Okay, so you're only going to judge it on trophies?
Well, really, that's what.
Where did Manchester United finish last season?
Well, let me speak a minute.
Go on, mate. Go on.
No, we're in a terrible situation. The club, the team at the moment's useless, but we'll always be bigger than Villa. Us buying Ollie Watkins is a massive step back. What, Eric Cantona, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Ollie Watkins.
Living in the past, mate.
Doesn't fit.
Them days are gone.
Now, you've got to have history, mate. How many times do you want to go about your European Cup final win?
It was a great day. It was a great day, mate.
Right, so we all have great days, but we all got to look forward. You're 100% right, mate. But at the end of the day, you've done well. You're punching above your weight. But unfortunately, you've got to come up with some cock and bull deal to sell your ladies' team to someone. I don't get it, to be honest. I don't understand.
Jonathan, where, in your opinion, are United going to finish this year? Will they finish top 10?
Alan, ask me on the first day of the season because I want to see who we're going to buy, because these idiots can't buy players. Hopefully they've changed. Right, we've got rid of Dave Brailsford. What was he ever doing at Manchester United?
Yeah.
Come on. So, listen, I'm not dressing it up. It was awful last season. I've never seen anything like it.
It was remarkable.
So can I ask you quickly, Jonathan? So say if Watkins goes to Manchester United, you think that him not playing Champions League football or any European football in a team that finished so far down, I don't even know what part of the league he finished in, is a step up?
Definitely. And I'll tell you why.
And what, why? Go on. Yep.
Because it's Manchester United. That's why the guy from Wolves has signed. That's why the
not
kid
for wages.
From Brentford wants to come through.
Not for wages.
No, I don't think it's just for wages, mate. I really don't.
So you think Cunha signed not for the $250 probably he's getting a week, more than anyone else will pay him?
No, I think he wants to play for one of the biggest clubs in the world, even though we're in a terrible situation. But there's only one way, and that's going up.
Jonathan, I've got to leave it there. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan from Alderley Edge, there, a nice part of the world.
Yes.
Right, Gabby, earlier this morning, the Prime Minister Starmer joined Chris Evans on Virgin Radio and discussed how getting the top job has changed his match-going habits.
I go to Arsenal and I go in the stands. I've had a season ticket in the stands for ages. And we had a brilliant routine. Me and my son going together with other friends, meet in the pub, banter, walk to the game as a group, go in the stands. Been doing it for years. Love it. Obviously, all of that came to an abrupt halt, at which point I got invited into the director's box to watch. Otherwise, I couldn't watch at all. So that's what I do and still go with my son. But it caused a bit of a stir. But not going to football would be hard to take, and I've not got to as many games, but we had a great season.
There you go. I would walk everywhere you go, to be honest, Prime Minister, because you just can't get around London. He was on the Chris Evans breakfast show with the National Lottery this morning, taking PM's questions from kids across the nation. You can watch the full interview on the Virgin Radio YouTube channel, catch up on the free Virgin Radio app, and coming up, we're joined by a man who really knows how to run a successful organisation. He knows what he's doing. Don't worry about that. Ahead of the Silverstone Grand Prix this weekend, we're joined by McLaren CEO, Mr. Zach Brown.
plays that villain role very well now. That's crying out for a little bit more attention. It comes with a lot of crazy people. I took it personally, and it kind of made me rebel a bit more. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. I'm never going to change.
Good morning, 17 minutes past 9 o'clock. talkSPORT Breakfast with the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car, then join Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Gabby alongside me. And it's now time, you can tell by the music, to talk Formula One. Max Verstappen may have dominated the sport in recent years, but it looks though this year's championship we're heading to either Piastri or Lando Norris of McLaren, of course. Piastri leads his teammate by 15 points, with Verstappen a further 46 points behind Norris, while in the Constructors' Championship, McLaren are a whopping 207 points clear of second place Ferrari heading into the British Grand Prix this weekend. Delighted to say John is the studio as the mastermind behind it all. A very good morning to McLaren CEO Zach Brown. Zach, a very good morning.
Good morning,
Thank
Zach.
you for
Thank
popping in.
Thanks for having me on. Mastermind might be a bit strong, but I'll take it.
Listen, it could be going any better at the moment, could it? It's been brilliant.
It's going great. Our drivers, Lando and Oscar, are amazing. That points gap to Max is not quite big enough, so we got to keep working.
Yeah, I really admire him. I know he can be reckless, but what a driver.
He didn't win 4 championships by accident.
No.
So, and I would even say, George is not far behind him, and Mercedes is strong, and Charles. So I still think there's 5 horses in this drivers' championship race. Yeah, I mean, it's the gap's growing. It's going in the right direction, but a lot of racing still to go.
I just get the feeling George is getting a hump a little bit about what's all the speculation.
I think that might be helping him. Yeah, I mean, there's, where there's smoke, there's fire is my general belief in a lot of these rumors.
Did you expect this start to the season? Because 9 podiums each, Piastri and Norris, 5 wins for Piastri, 3 wins for Norris. It's been an outstanding start, hasn't it?
I think it's been an unbelievable start. I think to say that was expected would be a bit arrogant. So no, we thought we would be fast, but and we thought we'd be winning races, but have the level of competitiveness that we have is pretty awesome. But we got to keep waking up every day, because even though we've won the amount of races you've just said, each one's been a nail biter. Yes. So it hasn't felt easy at all.
Can I ask you about the Canadian Grand Prix?
Yep.
I was watching it.
Yep.
When Norris went into the back of Piastri.
Yeah.
Honestly, how did you feel at that moment?
Not great, but actually to a certain extent, kind of relieved to get it over with, because everyone's been talking about when's it going to happen.
Because you let them race each other.
We're going to let them race, and we've always said it's not if, it's when it happens, and it was good in a few ways. One, it wasn't for first and second, it was for fourth and fifth. Mm-hmm. 2, it didn't hurt Oscar's race.
Yes.
Only hurt Lando's. It was clearly his mistake. He owned it. So actually, when you look through what could be the consequences of your teammates coming together, they could wipe each other out. It could be for the win. There could be an argument over whose mistake it was. all that was really clean. So we, everyone said their apologies, and there was never any kind of stress about it, and we moved on and had a great Austria.
So the Grand Prix, massive crowd will descend on Silverstone.
Yeah, huge.
We may get showers, we may get rain, who knows? But will this new McLaren car, is this type of circuit that suits the McLaren?
Yeah, we should be strong here. I think decent amount of chance of rain on Saturday and Sunday, which of course kind of neutralizes the field a little bit if you have a kind of a car advantage. But I think we'll be very strong here.
I was about to say, and correct me, Max and of course Lewis as well. I think in the real wet, they are superb drivers.
Those are two of the best drivers ever to be in Formula One.
Is that just down to bottle and nerve?
And experience and talent. But last year was very wet, and unfortunately we made some errors in how we managed the race. Oscar and Lando, they were checking out last year. So in the wet, I put my guys up against anyone. But yeah, Max and Lewis are unbelievable talents.
So Zach, McLaren's last win at Silverstone was 2008.
Yeah,
it was Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Driving that long ago, and also Lando Norris hasn't won at Silverstone.
Correct.
So if I was a betting man, if I was a betting man, I'd put Lando Norris to win. But is it time for Mercedes to dominate, haven't they? Silverstone. Is it time for McLaren to dominate?
We want to win that one. All these Grand Prix, they pay the same amount of points, but of course, whether it's Monaco or Bahrain because we're owned by Mumtalakat, or Oscar in Australia, Lando in Silverstone, me in North America.
Yes,
you can start kind of going which races are a little bit more special in the British Grand Prix. If Lando were to win, I think you see Nigel Mansell, Lewis Hamilton type of mania, which would be really cool.
Yes. Mansell's I really admire Nigel. I know Nigel.
I'm a big Nigel fan. He's going to be there this weekend.
Oh, is he? Brilliant.
Yeah.
These massive decisions you have to make in race. Right, get them in. Box. How difficult is that to get the right call? And are you thinking about it for a few laps, or have you suddenly thought, hold on?
Well, you've got, fortunately, I'm not having to make those decisions.
Right.
So much technology and data and kind of chain of command, depending on what the situation is. But, we run 50 million simulations over a race weekend. There sometimes seems to be 50 million in one, and you didn't run that one that like last year with the weather. It's hard to kind of simulate that. But what people maybe don't fully understand is, let's say it takes 20 seconds to come into pit lane. It takes 18 seconds to get the tires out of the blankets. We've seen teams come in, tires aren't ready, team's not ready. If an incident happens and the driver's 22 seconds away, you have 2 seconds to decide are you pitting or not.
Yeah.
So you don't have any time to talk about it. Because if you miss it, that could be game over for the race.
Incredible.
And then once you come in, you got another 2 seconds to decide what tire do you want. So we're literally sometimes making split-second decisions, and you can see any hesitation or wrong decision or not enough time to communicate. You can see how it happens. But when it does happen, it's not pleasant having hundreds of millions of fans go, what did you do that for? It was like, well, we had
and then you get the driver in your ear as well.
Yeah,
you just got to take that with a pinch of salt because the driver's frustrated.
No one's perfect. But then there's a lot of protocols. There was one incident we had a long time ago where driver was trying to talk and we were trying to give instructions, canceled each other out, missed the pit window.
How difficult is it to manage two drivers? Different personalities, and both of them, they're fighting for the driver championship.
For us, easy, but I think a lot of that's because of the individuals that we have, the personalities of Lando and Oscar and Andrea Stella, our team principal. You put the three of them in the room together, there's nothing that you can't talk out. And it's all about being prepared and kind of eliminating the surprise. So everyone's been excited to see what happened in Austria. You saw how cleanly they raced each other hard. It was super exciting. They're free to race. But I think I'm fortunate that we've got the personalities of Lando and Oscar. It makes that situation so much easier to manage.
Yep. Brilliant. Can I ask your favourite Grand Prix? Would this be, would the British be?
This will be right up at the top. I love the big events with the big big fans. So you get into the Silverstones, the Australias, the Austin, Coda. We're going to have out 500,000 people over the course of the weekend.
Yes,
so it's just
incredible.
Awesome, the size and scale and the history of the British Grand Prix.
Zach, pleasure to you. I'm really pleased
Yes.
you come in. I love it. I watch every one, so I'll be watching at the weekend.
Cheer us on.
Thank you and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks for having me.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Well, it's looking even Stevens after a topsy-turvy day one at Edgbaston. India were 208 for 3, then 211 for 5, before finishing 310 for 5. Shubman Gill bagged another 100 and Ravindra Jadeja is looking set on 41. Chris Wokes picked up 2 wickets, but it could have been more as a couple of umpires' calls didn't go his way.
You could say that. Yeah, pretty frustrating morning, really. I think they're decisions which can obviously go your way or not. That is the game we play. But yeah, obviously emotions run high when you're desperate to do well for the team, do well for yourself.
Elsewhere, Emma Raducanu says she's feeling very proud after making the 3rd round at Wimbledon. She outclassed the 2023 champion Marketa Vondrousova before booking a blockbuster clash with world #1 Aryna Sabalenka tomorrow. Raducanu called her performance one of the best matches I've played in a long time. With football players reflecting on their performances last season, we're being told referees will be doing exactly the same. Former Premier League official Dermot Gallagher says there's one area in particular where the current crop will want to improve for the next campaign.
Some of the foul challenges that went unpunished for red cards, I think looking at the Tarkowski one was a classic example.
There's plenty more at talkSPORT.com.
That's the one he
it's
wants
not
to
over
win.
yet, didn't it?
No,
you know, he's saying,
can't,
there's still a long way to go.
It's mathematically, if they can be caught, then it's not over. So I'm sure
Did you over 500,000 people over the weekend?
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Silverstone's a massive event. More and more fans are getting on board now with Formula One. Even in other countries that weren't maybe too keen on Formula One are enjoying it. Drive to Survive was a question I was going to ask him before we got to the break. That's been big even for me when I watched it a few years ago. Gets the younger generation into it to see the drama of Formula One principles, and when they're arguing with the technical guys, you hear it a lot from Verstappen, the swearing at the technical guys. So it's we're looking forward to it on the weekend, and hopefully for him, Lando Norris can win his first home Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's a great weekend. You get the Eclipse at Sandown.
Yes.
We've got the Wimbledon, of course.
Yeah.
And we've got the cricket. It is with the Formula One. It's a brilliant, even though there's no football at the moment. Well, there is football, obviously, with the World Club.
I think it shows, doesn't it, how there's so many top sports out there. The cricket fans are going to enjoy, the rugby fans are going to enjoy, the Lions. Tennis fans, Wimbledon's the best tennis event of the year as well.
What's your favourite then, if it's not football? What is your favourite sport?
I would probably say tennis. I'd say I do enjoy watching tennis, mate. I can get into it more than cricket, golf or rugby. But I'd say I do like the athletics as well. Whenever the athletics is on, a big athletics event, especially the Olympics, World Championships, I do enjoy.
What was the big ones? Is it the not Golden Mile? What are they called? When the big events from Zurich and round the country, Oslo.
Yeah, there's big ones.
Big meetings.
There's big ones around, isn't there? And just little things like watching Keely Hodgkinson. Like what she done in the Olympics. 100 meters always one of my favourites as well. But I'd say tennis after football, then athletics for me. Yeah.
Right, just let me give you that news again. I'm sorry, I don't like doing this, but Jota signed for Liverpool September 2020 from Wolves for a fee of more than 40 million. Married just a few days ago. Reports from Spain saying he has died in a car crash. Can you believe it? It's just horrible, incredible, incredible.
Lost for words,
along with his brother as well.
Yeah, lost for words.
Oh dear. 9:33.
plays that villain role very well now. That's crying out for a little bit more attention. It comes with a lot of crazy people. I took it personally and it kind of made me rebel a bit more. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. I'm never going to change.
Okay, 22 minutes to 10. Crikey. That is really shocking news. So if you've just joined us, I hate to pass this on. Diego Jota passes away aged just 28 after news coming out of Spain of a car crash in the early hours of this morning. His brother with him as well. I just don't know what to say. Got married, just a few days ago. 3 kids. Horrendous. Absolute horrendous.
Yeah, it's I feel sick, mate, to be honest. It's hard to speak about anything else, isn't it, when you hear news like that? And it's only a couple of weeks ago he was playing for Portugal.
Yeah.
And then horrible news, mate. Horrible.
It's a part of Spain I don't know as well. They say that Marbella road down there on the way to Gibraltar was one of the most dangerous roads in Europe, but it's not there clearly. I can't go over it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm lost for words, mate. I just hope that his family, his wife, his kids have got the support around them right now, because they're going to need it. Terrible news, mate.
A lot of texts and emails coming in as well. Loads. We'll try. We'll try and get a guest on. We'll just find out. It's very, very difficult to get news out of Spain. But let's move on, because we're trying to bring you as much information as we can. But let's head over to Spain. Alex Crook, talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, joins us now. Alex, a very good morning.
Morning, Alex.
Good morning, guys.
Alex, we're just these reports coming out of Spain. I've no reason to doubt that a report like that. Just age 28, Diego Jota and his brother have died in a car crash. It's just incredible. It's so sad. It's unbelievable. I've never met the guy, never met him before, and I'm like Gabby. I feel horrible. I feel sick.
Yeah, it's absolutely gut-wrenching news. I've had a message actually from a fan of a rival club of Liverpool saying, I'm not going to lie, I've just shed a tear about Jota. Obviously, only got married a couple of weeks ago. Would have been due to report for pre-season training with his Liverpool teammates in the next week or so. Looking forward, no doubt, to trying to mount a defence of the title and another tilt at the Champions League. And it's just a sad loss, a reminder of how precious life can be, how unimportant really football is in the grand scheme of things. But we should pay tribute to Diego Jota, the footballer, someone who came to this country from Atletico Madrid, became a cult hero at Wolverhampton Wanderers, 17 goals in 44 Premier League games for them, got that big money move to Liverpool. Maybe a few eyebrows were raised at the time with the fee that Liverpool paid for Jota, but he more than repaid it, didn't he? 47 goals in 123 Premier League games for them. Very much an old-school poacher in many ways, but a culture player as well, someone popular with his teammates and supporters alike. and he scored some big goals, particularly off the bench, as they won their second Premier League title last season.
49 caps for Portugal as well.
Yeah, and obviously Portugal recently crowned Nations League winners once again. And, you know, Jota, I spent a lot of time in Portugal, got family in the Algarve. I know what the Portuguese public think of him as well. He was just one of those unassuming, unsung heroes, really went about his business. You didn't really hear too much about his personal life off the field. We got those images that he posted on social media of him and his new wife on their wedding day just a couple of weeks ago. And I think in some ways that makes this all the more heartbreaking, really.
Yes.
Horrendous. God, imagine Liverpool fans, Liverpool players, his teammates,
Portuguese
the manager,
teammates. Yeah.
Portugal. Oh dear, it's just. I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. Alex, okay, we'll try and move on a little bit. I will update our listeners as soon as we have any more news in, horrendous news. Alex, what is happening in the football world then? Or I know it's difficult to talk about now, but what is actually happening? Is there any news coming out? Any new news?
Well, again, I think it probably feels a little bit churlish to talk too much about transfers at this moment in time when we're reacting to such devastating news. Everton in the news this morning. Obviously, a big summer ahead for David Moyes with so many players out of contract and therefore obviously needing to bring players into the football club. Ben Jacobs covering the Club World Cup for us, reporting this morning they've reached an agreement in principle with Villarreal to sign striker Tierno Barry. The 22-year-old forward has a £34 million release clause in his contract. Everton have done a good job in negotiating a slightly lower fee than that. They're going to pay around £28 million. Add-ons could take it up to £35 million. He got 11 goals last season in La Liga, featured for France at the recent Under-21 European Championship. So I guess this is the replacement for the out-of-contract Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
What about Newcastle, Crookie? They've had bids rejected for certain players. I think they missed out on João Pedro as well, who's gone to Chelsea. Do you think Eddie Howe's getting quite frustrated with lack of signings?
Yeah, I think it's been a tough summer for Eddie Howe so far. They held talks with Dean Howson, as did a lot of Premier League clubs actually, but when Real Madrid come calling, it's a difficult deal to be done. Brian Mbumo, he spoke to Newcastle but made it clear that he wanted to join Manchester United. And being asked again this morning, is this medical actually going to happen that United had originally penciled in for this week? It could still, it's only Thursday morning, but no definitive agreement as of yet. James Trafford is someone that Eddie Howe has admired for a long time now and would love to bring him in to compete with Nick Pope as number one goalkeeper. But I think at the moment, Burnley's asking price is too high. So, as you say, a tough summer so far, and they don't have a sporting director at this moment in time. Paul Mitchell left the football club on the last day of June. Ross Wilson, who's done a really good job at Nottingham Forest, amongst the contenders to replace him. And I think once the new sporting director is in situ, then hopefully from a Newcastle fans' perspective, their transfer business will really ramp up.
Okay, Alex, thank you. We'll leave it there, Alex. Thank you very, very much, Alex Crook there from Mallorca. We can now get more on reports that Diego Jota, this is, if you've just joined us, reports that Diego Jota has passed away. Now with talkSPORT's Merseyside correspondent Matt Jones. Matt, how are we, Matt?
Good morning, Matt.
Yes. Good morning, yeah. I don't even know how to put into words how anyone can feel at the moment. It's awful news, isn't it?
Matt, it's ridiculous, you know. The world at his feet, married, beautiful family, on holiday, getting ready for the new season, reigning champions, Portugal champions as well, and then we hear a car crash ends it all. It's quite incredible, Matt. Matt, what are the club? Are they keeping very, very quiet about this just yet as they gather more and more information?
I'm assuming that is the case. We haven't heard anything official from them as of yet, although I do think they have deleted a tweet this morning, Liverpool, which was promoting a pre-season friendly that they've got coming up in a few weeks' time. So no official comment from them there, but there has been some action on their social media to a degree.
Can you talk to us a little bit, Matt, about Jota the player as well and what he meant to Liverpool fans? Because I've got friends, my dad's a Liverpool fan, and they're all big admirers of Jota.
He was just a fantastic player, and I think Liverpool have been blessed with some very, very good strikers, and they have one of the best strikers in the world at the moment in Mo Salah, don't they? But if you ask a lot of Liverpool fans, they would tell you that Jota was as good a, if not better, finisher than Salah, and he was obviously missing for a large chunk of Klopp's last season when Liverpool didn't really challenge at the top of the table. And one of the reasons for that was because Jota was absent, and they didn't get the same way of goals or have the same kind of energy and attack that he could bring to the side. And he was so well liked for his work rate and for his personality, really someone who played with a smile on his face and just looked to be enjoying every moment that he spent on the field. So that made him a hugely popular character at Anfield. And whenever he did make a return from injury after the long absences that he had, he always got an incredibly warm welcome from the crowd. So very, very popular figure, as well as being an incredibly talented player.
Matt, look, we'll leave it there. Thank you, Matt. Matt Jones there, our Merseyside correspondent there. Really, reports coming out of Spain in the last 10 minutes or so that Diego Jota has passed away in a tragic accident, aged just 28?
Wow.
Just horrendous. 03 717 22 3344. If you want to come on and pay tribute, tell us what was you like as a player you may have come across from your time. It is just shocking, absolutely shocking. Lee's a Liverpool fan. He's given us a call. Lee, hi Lee.
Hello, Lee.
Oh, yeah. How are you, lads? Okay.
You're right, mate.
Devastated, to be honest.
Lost for words, mate.
Devastated. He's the closest player I've seen to Robbie Fowler scoring him. If he's got injury fun, I love him. The kids love him. I don't know what to say to my kids now when they come home from school. Supposed to get them new tops next week with all his names on them. Still going to get them anyway, just... Oh, I'm gutted. We've just had a great getting loads of boss players in. But this won't break Liverpool Football Club. This will bring us all together. We're the best fans in the world. And we'll be there for Jota and his family. It's just sickening. Just remind you of that Arsenal player who died a couple of years ago in the same thing.
Yeah.
In a car.
Reyes,
wasn't
on
fire, and his brothers died. Just got married. I said, "Is he God? Is he God?"
Lee, thank you. Lee, a Liverpool fan there.
Thank you, Lee.
Oh dear, honestly. Let me take another one there. Ricky's a Liverpool fan as well. Ricky, morning.
Good morning, Ricky.
Yeah, I there, guys. Just devastated, really, to find out. My lad texted me, and then I was all over the news to get my daughter while I was driving. Check. So obviously, it just shows you, doesn't it? You just don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was a fantastic player. He was an honest player. Never, ever, he was never hiding. He'd always put 100% in. And now, obviously, we were looking forward to this new season. There was rumours that, he might be getting sold. And I was one of them to say, I hope he doesn't get sold because he's a proper top guy. But, as a Liverpool supporter now, honestly, I'm going to work and I can't get it out of my mind now. And I just feel shocked. It doesn't matter any player. It could have been any football player. Yeah, it's the same thing. We just don't like to hear things
Ricky,
like this.
I feel sick, mate, to be honest. And
honestly,
I feel sick,
I'm not
mate.
over-exaggerating when I say I physically feel
Yeah,
like
so do I,
at the
mate.
moment. And, I was shaking when I heard it, right? And then I thought, you know what, I hope it's just a rumour. Because you have seen the rumours that go around, don't you, sometimes? And when it was confirmed, because I actually ran talkSPORT before you guys announced it, that to find out, and they said they were looking into it. That's how much I wanted to know.
Yeah.
And, tributes to his family, and to all the Liverpool fans.
It just seemed as well, Ricky, that like whenever you watch games and you've seen players celebrate goals, that all the players loved him. Do you know what I mean? That sort of player that everyone gets along with.
Well, we know, as even like as a non-Liverpool supporter, everyone knew when he come on, that he was a 100. This guy gives 100%. Simple as that. Yeah, he's not one of them guys who hit or did he, and he was injured last season. And we were hoping this season he'd start and give him a fresh start. We would. I didn't want him to get sold, and with obviously with the team now. He'd be playing and we'd do better with him, but like obviously with them being gone, and it's just devastating. And
it's just horrible. Ricky, thank you. Let me take one more. Turab, another Liverpool fan. Turab, morning.
Good morning, Turab.
Morning, guys. How are we?
Well, not good.
Well, mate.
Not good, mate.
Yeah, just like the fellow who just came on, I wasn't sure if this was true, and I was just in a meeting and my phone just started pinging off and kind of jumped off because I was just like, yeah, it's tough. I don't know how to process it, and obviously thoughts just go out to his family and his young kids. You know, just reading that he's just been married literally 2 weeks ago, and.
Yeah.
I've only just been married a year, and I'm so grateful. And the fella, yeah, they only had a couple of weeks together. It's not, whether you want to say it's not fair or if it was in God's plan. However, if you're spiritual and whatnot, yeah, it's just a tough one. I've just said to my mates, I think obviously the club haven't come out and said anything, but
no,
they obviously that will happen once they've gathered all the information, I assume. But I personally, I just found it fitting that he wears the 20 and we just won 20. So I don't know. Me personally, I don't know if this is possible. I don't know. We don't retire shirts anymore, but I just feel that as a club, it should be taken into consideration.
Well, I'm sure, Turab, I'm sure they will think about it, by the way. Turab, thanks for your calls, of course. Diego, also big success at Wolves. Ben's a Wolves fan. Ben, morning, Ben.
Good morning, Ben.
Morning, guys. Oh, yeah, you okay, guys?
Yeah, shocker, eh? Absolute shocker.
It's awful. My wife phoned me a little while ago to tell me because she knew he was one of the greatest players that I've seen play for Wolves. I remember when he first started playing for us, and I go to the match with my father-in-law, and I said to him on the first game when he played for us, I said, this kid can play at the top level. And I'd never really seen it for anyone, but he gave us some such great moments at Wolves with him and Raul in that season when we played in the Premier League that first time. He was a great player, just brilliant to watch. He actually scored one of my favourite goals at Molineux as well, a goal that I'll always remember. But I am devastated. It's really hit me hard this morning. It's awful. Like you say, everything about him just getting married, and I mean, everything's been happening so good in his life, and then for this to happen, life can be so cruel sometimes.
Sure can, Ben. Thank
well said,
you.
Ben.
You know, I always say that, don't I? We're only here for a visit, and you just do not know what's round the corner, Gab. It's horrendous.
No, you're spot on.
You've got to enjoy yourself if you can. It's not, listen, every day is not a bundle of fun, but you just got to enjoy yourself. You just don't know what cards you dealt with.
And as well, like we spoke about before, you've got to tell your loved ones you love them. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes as well, when you might have a little argument with one of your kids, make up quickly. Tell him you love them before you... Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you can, think that tomorrow's guaranteed, and look at this. Devastating news, mate.
5 minutes to 10.
you.